Good morning, I'm Dylan Gonzalez. JT Poston is your 2026 Memorial Tournament winner after a wild Sunday at Muirfield Village. Poston built a 4-shot lead on Sunday, but he still needed 2 playoff holes to hold off Ryan Gerard to get the win at Jack's Place. With the victory, Poston earned a spot in the U.S. Open and avoids having to play in golf's longest day today. On the diamond, the Cleveland Guardians dropped 2 out of 3 to the Texas Rangers over the weekend after being shut out 10-0 yesterday. They'll start a series at home versus the Yankees tonight with first pitch at 6:40. And the Cincinnati Reds got swept by the Cardinals, losing the series finale 5-3 yesterday in St. Louis. They'll start a series in San Diego tonight with coverage starting just after 9 o'clock right here on The Fan. This update is sponsored by Ramos Roofing. Request your free roof or exterior assessment today at RamosRoofingOhio.com. Ramos Roofing, reliable, local, built right. Breaking sports news when it happens right here on The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Breakfast time!
Hello, welcome to T-Bone and Tyvis. Can I take your order?
Just want a little breakfast.
Hey, you want some crabs? Because I got some of them.
Get ready to drive through the intersection of football, food, and fun. Featuring producer Dylan.
We're the 5 best rappers of all time.
Special guests.
You serious?
And you. Wake up.
For what?
It's time for T-Bone and Tyvis.
Welcome in. Happy Monday to you. What's up? I'm T-Bone. He is not Tyvis. He is once again Joshua Perry. Week 2 of Joshua Perry filling in for Tyvis on his paternity leave. Good morning, Joshua.
Made it in. Alarm went off this morning. Feet hit the floor. We're off and running. Glad to be back.
Yeah, it's a weekend that I will say probably for a lot of people in Central Ohio causes a tough wake up on a Monday because perhaps you have been out in Dublin at Muirfield all weekend long. We were out there broadcasting Thursday and Friday. You were out there walking around even on were you out there Saturday, Sunday? Did you get after a little bit?
I was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a move. And that's, you know what? If you enjoy the sport, if you enjoy going out there and walking around, if you enjoy a tasty beverage, that is the move.
Mostly for the beverages, I think, for a lot of people who were out there this weekend.
Yes.
Beverages
totally.
and outfits.
Yeah, beverages and outfits that's a big part of the golf thing, right?
Yes.
That's what people go for. Now, Dylan was also out there doing Fan Sports Sunday yesterday. Cole Bartemus was out there, TLC.
Yes.
And Jacob Reimer.
Correct.
Out live. Was Isaiah out there too?
Isaiah was here running.
Okay, he was running the board
Yes.
here. Okay. But so you guys were out there running wild at Muirfield. I mean, this is what Central Ohio does. A lot of people get out there. Looking at it. I was watching it on TV because I had all I needed Thursday and Friday. I was good. And I made my way out and I said, let's leave this for the people who are thoroughly here for it. I don't want to take up any valuable, gallery space, but I'm watching yesterday afternoon. I told the family, we're going to go out for a walk as a family right after this is over. And they were all on 17. And I saw there's like 5 guys tied to the lead at one point or whatever it was. So I'm like, all right, well, maybe we'll get out after this. Depends on what happens on 18. And sure enough, had a couple guys end up tying Gerard and Poston, right?
Yes.
Correct.
Yeah. So those two, who I was very familiar with before yesterday, totally knew who they were. Big time knowledge of both of those golfers. Absolutely. Yeah. They both got after it and then had to go replay 18 twice before we finally got a winner. But yeah. So that's I still don't know who won because they look exactly the same. I don't know who either of these guys are.
It was wild watching the camera cuts, and it was like copy and paste white dude.
You're right. You're right.
I'm trying to identify the sponsors that were on the polos. That was
the one. Okay, so Poston, I think, had Elijah Craig. And I clocked Elijah Craig because I'm like,
that was the only. And then I drank some last night.
That's right. Yes. That's the only way I can keep them straight because listen, I am of the whites, but also
the whites are good.
I can't tell my own apart sometimes. I looked at both those dudes and then I'm Googling them and it's like, where are they both from? North Carolina. Where they both go to college? North Carolina, not UNC. One of them went to UNC.
Right.
One of them went to North Carolina Hickory or out of Hicksville. I don't know.
Oh,
somewhere.
my God.
They went somewhere.
Sure.
But they both are from North Carolina. They both presumably played golf in college at their universities in North Carolina. And now they both had the exact same like little paunch dad bod kind of thing.
Yes.
Neither of them had a chin. Both of them had the same color hat on, the same color shirt on, the same color pants on.
It was amazing.
I thought Chat GPT made these guys where it was like, make a generic golfer. And then they were like, do it again. And then they spit out these two guys.
Guy got tired. He was like, hey, man, it's taking a lot of work pumping all y'all out here, man. Like, here you go.
Listen,
Get out in the world.
I get it because there's copies of me out there.
Sure.
Whenever there's a soccer, you watch during the World Cup. If you follow the Bone and Tyvis account or if you follow my personal Twitter account, you will see people tweet photos of fat, ginger, bearded guys, now gray bearded guys. They will send the pictures and be like, Bone, is this you? And I will look at it and I'll go, damn it. It may be actually me. I don't know. But it'll be at a World Cup game that I am not attending. I get it all the time with crew games. People are like, I saw you at the crew game. It's like, I wish you did.
No,
I
you
wasn't
didn't.
there.
That is hilarious.
But I'm saying, I know there's copies of me running around. There's copies of these two guys. They just happen to be in the final round at Memorial. So
It's funny you say that because yesterday I swore I saw my brother-in-law like 10 times, who's also a white, balded, bearded man. I was like, you don't like golf? Listen, you're not here.
that was our spot, okay, over the weekend. I'm just telling you, that's where a lot of them were gathered. Is
the
August.
convention.
The whites are good.
The JT Poston, your winner, Ryan Gerard, your runner-up.
You know when I knew this was going to go sideways and go to a playoff?
When was that?
I first got there yesterday, and I went into the media center and saw Adam King, and he says to Dom, can we just pre-tape our hit? Because this is over. And I was like, oh, man. Oh, man.
Why?
No, it's not. It's not
Why?
over. Not at all.
Why? Why would you do that? Now, they would have had the winner right if they would have pre-taped it, but just not in the way that you would have thought. no, they wouldn't have had the whole story of like, well, after, what was it, 20 holes of golf? Like, is that what it ended up being? 2 more playoff holes? After 18?
and then they had to finish their third rounds.
Yes.
Oh,
from-
yeah.
That was suspended.
Yeah, right, of course. So
Yeah,
that's
those 30 some odd holes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
let's just pre-tape it. Get out of here.
I mean, between King doing that and then I saw, and I mean, I don't blame them. What are they supposed to do? It looked like they knew who the winner was going to be. Well, if everybody does their job, you're ending up there at 18. You think, they start to bring out the podium for the trophy. And then after they tie it up and you have to go back and have a playoff between Poston and Gerard, they instantly shuffled that thing back off. We're like, whoops, nope, we didn't bring out the podium for the trophy. Nope, we didn't do that. None of that happened.
Didn't that happen in an NBA Finals?
Did it?
They wheeled out the trophy for someone, and then they had to bring it back.
I know that I feel like they did it in the World Series.
Oh, it might
Like
have been the World
they put it.
Series.
They were bringing it to like the one visitor's locker room or something, and then they started taping up the locker room, and then they got walked off or something, and then they had to go in, and all the tape was up, and it looked like champagne time was happening.
Sure.
The other team survived or whatever.
I
it was.
remember a Super Bowl where a whole owner suite was vacated for the second half of a game.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh,
The Falcons.
oh, yeah, yeah.
And then he was just standing down there, and the cameras kept cutting over to him.
Oh God, Arthur Blank.
Yes. Great work out of the director of that game, by the way.
That's bad.
Yeah, buddy.
I kind of like Arthur Blank. Like, I'm not a huge fan of billionaires, as is probably well noted here, but like the fact that man does let you have like Costco prices on hot dogs and Cokes at his like giant arena. Like,
Sure.
you paid enough to get in there.
Yeah.
I do think that's cool. Like, that's a good. I'd feel for him for that. But that's about it.
That's
all.
about it.
There's
It's
my
the
Atlanta
only
Falcons
redeeming
hot
quality.
take.
There you
Well,
go.
I hope everybody had a fun weekend. If you went out there to the Memorial, or if you did not, either way, I hope you had a good weekend. You got to, I don't know, do some yard work in between. Saturday
too
probably
damn
wasn't the day,
hot.
but dude, you got to get out early. That's what I mowed the other day and got out early, got it done. But yeah, I actually got it done. Saturday was great. I mowed and had everything trimmed up and ready to go, and then literally put the mower in the garage, shut the garage door, walk in the house. Boom. I hear like the first crack
yeah.
of thunder, and then 10 minutes later it's pouring down rain. And I was like, I am the champion of mowing. I got it done.
Good for
I felt
you.
Great.
I need to mow.
That was a good, yeah. Well, it's all right. You were out there. There were other things going on this weekend. That's
Just hobnobbing.
why some people
around
hire
Dublin.
people to do that.
I was going to
can't-
say, you mow your own grass,
I
Joshua?
do. This is
man.
something that I take pride in. I'm not going to have anybody over here talking about how JP doesn't do his own yard work.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Gotta get after that.
Because I'm just assuming Tyvis doesn't mow his own lawn.
Yeah,
Well.
I think that they've got like groundskeepers over there.
Yeah.
Oh, do they really?
Yeah.
He lives-
Oh, see.
Yeah.
Look at
lives in
that.
one of
Living
those
large.
Well, he's got
upscale
too many
neighborhoods.
jobs. He's
Yeah.
so busy with all his other jobs.
I
How's he
guess
going to
so.
have time to do yard work?
This is
So-
true.
I get a text message yesterday from Tyvis Powell saying, hey, when can I come on the show? And I said, okay, one, you're on leave. You're not technically supposed to do that. However, it's your show. You're welcome to come on whenever you want to. And so he said, how about Tuesday? And I said, okay, how about 7:30? So he's tomorrow apparently going to jump on with us. And I said, life permitting, because you do have a third child now. And
This
the
is
whole
his wife,
reason.
T-Bone.
No, I know, but but he's married to a woman who might, I don't know, want her husband to kind of be around for things and be there for whatever needs to happen. So it might be that at 7:30, you never know. Baby Tsunami may just, crap himself and it goes all over.
He's definitely going to.
Well, I'm saying, right. And then if
It just
Laura's like,
depends on who ends up handling the crap.
if she's like, hey, I need some help here, it's kind of a
He's
two-person
going to be
job.
like, no, I got a phone call.
No. I said you can push it to 7:40. Push it whenever you want. It's your show.
So,
But, yeah, supposedly tomorrow we're going to get an update from him.
my wife told me last night, if Tyvis gets in the chat, call him during one of the breaks and cuss him out. Because he needs to, he's at home. He's taking this time away from work.
Yes.
And he needs to be at home taking the time away from work.
Yeah, needs to enjoy. I'm with that, by the way, because the last thing I want is there to be some email like 6 months from now that's like, T-Bone, when Tyvis was off, you guys were forcing him to come on the air. And it's like, no, I want to be very clear. He should take the time and use it. However, if he wants to jump in and do stuff, he is more than welcome to. It's his show.
Can we boot him from the chat?
You probably can.
We probably could, actually.
Like, do we have
Could
the
you imagine
ability to do
the
it?
text messages we would get? And he wouldn't forget. It wouldn't be just like a week later, he'd be like, oh, I get why he did it. No, it would be the first thing he would talk about when he came back in here coming up. What is that? I think on the 21st, whatever that Monday is. After. So you got the Fan 5K coming up the weekend of the 19th. And then that following Monday, Tyvis will be back on the air. But yeah, that's for now. We'll see if he hops in the chat today. But tomorrow we should have a live update from him on a Hot Take Tuesday. Next, the ticket prices for tonight's NBA Final Game 3, Madison Square Garden, they are insane. We'll tell you about them next. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Experience the adrenaline of Barrett Jackson in Columbus, Ohio, June 25th to 27th. See hundreds of no reserve collector cars cross the auction block, interactive sponsor displays, and a wide selection of food and drinks. It's an exciting, high-octane event for fans of all ages. Tickets on sale now at barrett-jackson.com.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. If you've ever had somebody do work at your house, it's annoying as crap, at least to me, when someone shows up to your house that you never met, you've never worked with, and you didn't hire to do the job. Subcontractors, I understand why they exist, but for me, I want to work with a company that's going to bring people who know what they're doing, who are trained by the company to put their product in. On time, on budget, no surprises at the end. That's what Baths R Us does every single time. These folks started in Ohio and grew by word of mouth because they do it right the first time. And the big difference with them, they have local crews. They never sub out the work. The people who show up to your door, they're trained by Baths R Us. They're actually employees of the company, not some random crew they hired last week. Whether you need a safer bathroom to stay independent or you just want a space that you're proud of, they build it to last. That's Baths R Us. Call them today and see what it's like to work with people who actually keep their promises. Kind of a rare thing these days. Call them today, 380-225-BATH. That's 380-225-BATH. Baths R Us, bathrooms you can trust. Call now.
What John Smiley, Chairman and CEO, wants you to know about First Bank of Central Ohio.
Our competitive advantage is the number of years we've been in Central Ohio and the fact that we're able to make decisions here locally that make sense for the client. At the end of the day, it's the ability for us to say, okay, what can we do to make your banking easier for you?
Experience what it's like to be first at fbcentralohio.com. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
Save big money when you shop at Menards. Transform your home in one weekend with exterior wood stain and sealer from Dutch Boy. It provides one-coat protection on decks, fences, siding, and outdoor furniture. It repels rain after just 4 hours of application. That means quicker results, saving you both time and money. Our knowledgeable team is ready to help bring your dreams to life, 1 gallon at a time. Stop by your local Menards today.
Save big money at Menards.
Hey, this is D. Miller. Did you know that 1 in 4 men over 40 have low testosterone, but 100% of them can get their testosterone levels back? Low T Center tailors their TRT to every man to make sure his levels are where they need to be. So head to fixmylowt.com and book your free testosterone test.
Working your way through that home projects list, that means more flushes, more showers, more fiddling with the thermostat. Trust the pros at the Waterworks with your plumbing, drain, heating, and cooling needs. Our certified pros can repair or replace your air conditioner or furnace. Clogs? Call the Waterworks. Drain issues? Call the Waterworks. Plumbing problems? Call the Waterworks. HVAC breakdowns? Call the Waterworks. The Waterworks. Trusted and certified plumbing, drain, heating, and cooling experts.
Mental health is extremely important for students because if they are not in the right headspace, then they're not going to be able to learn academically. They aren't going to get along with their peers socially. The Pickerington Support Staff Association, with our partnership with the Kids Mental Health Foundation, provides resources for not only our staff, but then we're also able to put it out there in the community to make sure all of our students are taken care of. My name is Joey Moore, and I am a proud member of the Pickerington Support Staff Association because strong unions make strong public schools for our students.
Hi, I'm Josie. My daughter turns 5 today. Blow out the candles. I'm also an Ohio State Highway Patrol trooper. When you move over and slow down, you're not only giving me room to work, you're making sure I can get home to celebrate with my daughter.
Roadside workers have lives and families, but when they're on the job, they put it all on the line to protect and serve us. Let's all give them room to work. When you see flashing lights, remember, they're not just roadside workers. Thank you for moving over and slowing down.
Think you know Buckeye football? These two say, hold my beer. The Beat with Austin and Berm.
Sponsored by the Waterworks.
Daily on the Fan's YouTube and wherever you get your podcasts. Your home of the Buckeyes, The Fan. Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
We have a quiet but warm start to our day out there. Partly cloudy skies for your Monday. A stray shower or storm is possible this afternoon into the evening. Otherwise, it's going to be a warm afternoon. Highs in the upper 80s. For Tuesday, a few showers and storms out there as well. Could be a couple of local downpours too. Humid with highs in the lower 80s. For The Fan, I'm 10 Weather Impact meteorologist Justin Gertz.
We test marketed naming the show A Guy and His Butlers.
Oh, that is very touching.
But we thought Bishop and Friends had a better ring to it.
Weekday mornings at 9.
The Fan. Sometimes when Tyvis wears khaki pants, I can see the outline of his genitals. There's no joke there. It's just an observation.
God, the more I resist, the more intriguing they become. I can't look away.
You're listening to T-Bone and Tyvis.
We were talking about mowing our yards. Rusty in the chat said, one, he says, boo Adam King, which I think that's every day. Then he said, mowing is overrated. He said, the neighbor mows every day. I think either his wife hates him and makes him do it, or he hates the family and he does it to get away from them. Yeah, there's an aspect of mowing that, like, it goes from being functional to being therapy at some point for some people. You know what I mean? Yeah. Where, like, I'm all about keeping the yard as clean as possible. There are weeks where you get a bunch of rain on the days where you have time to mow, and then the 1 or 2 days where it's nice, you're just swamped. You don't get to it, and the grass shoots up.
Right.
That sucks. But, like, generally, I try to keep the yard mowed, pretty well maintained. Once a week is usually good. But the people who are out there obsessing over their yards, I mean, everybody needs a hobby, I guess.
Sure.
And that's fine. But I do wonder for those people, is this just a hobby? Is this just a little bit of an extra attention? Or is it like this is how you escape from all the other stuff that's going on? I don't know.
So I've got one guy in my neighborhood who is out there 2 to 3 times a week mowing, and he is meticulous, and he's got the best lawn in the subdivision, and I give him a ton of credit for that. I certainly don't have time to maintain my lawn that way. The guy on the other corner is the complete opposite. I don't know what we have like a digital account for the HOA. I don't know what that looks like, how many notices or citations may be in there, but like he's at a point where his grass was totally smoked. Like last year, it was just completely brown. He didn't mow it. He didn't water it. And now there's not even grass, there's just weeds. And I don't understand how somebody hasn't just like gone over there and done it and sent him an invoice.
How do we feel about and now this is something that it feels like, I know Common Man and Timmy have talked about this and they've railed against it, but whenever I go out west and I see like the climates where it's just very difficult to grow grass, some of them have just opted, like in Phoenix, I know this is a thing. Maybe it's like Vegas is the same thing, where you just have rocks for a lawn. Because it's, and then you put like a cactus up or something. You get a nice cactus going and I kind of like that. I don't mind that motif at all. I would be fine with that here. But the thing is, I feel like here, if you did that, you'd be excoriated. You'd be like shunned from society. But really, then all you have to do is walk around with Roundup like once a month and spray off all your rocks, and then you're done. And I would be all about that life.
As long as it looks good, I wouldn't mind my neighbors doing it. It's not my personal preference. Like if I lived out that way, and I lived in San Diego, and some people had situations like that, which was totally fine. I just want people to look like they give a damn about their property. Like I'm one of those people, and I'm not like HOA Karen, but I purposefully live in communities that have HOAs because I don't want like pickup trucks on blocks parked in the front yard, and I like for people to cut their grass.
See, I don't mind that, though, because there is also part of, like, if I live in the HOA, there's a chance that I may fall in the bottom half of, like, the attention to detail. If I live in a place with no HOA, I look like the king.
Right.
Like, I'm like golden. So there is a little bit of setting your standards too high that I worry about.
Are there even many neighborhoods left that aren't a part of an HOA? I feel like it's almost unavoidable at this point.
I used to think that was a sign of like living in a really, like wealthy area.
It's just you live in the suburbs. You live in a master plan suburban community. That's it.
Where I live now is not. I don't think anybody would consider this like, oh my gosh, one of the premier zip codes in Central Ohio. But like, we have an HOA. Like everywhere I've lived has had an HOA.
I mean, it's just a racket. I own a condo and I pay an HOA.
Well, that's ridiculous. Well, you have to because you've got shared common areas and you don't own your roof. The HOA owns your roof, and so you got to have a fund for that. That makes sense. By the way,
with all the rain that we had this spring, they need to come fix the roof. They don't give a damn.
No,
see, that's the problem.
I'm about to go to the office. I'm about to stop calling. I'm about to just show up to the office and be like, come fix the roof.
Well, you should get up there yourself and pretend like you're going to do something, and then I'm sure that would make them
show up real quick.
Yes. Yeah. Well, see, that's what I don't get with the HOAs, because it seems like, in theory, a good idea. But then in application, there's so many misapplications of what they're supposed to do, where they don't actually do their jobs, or they complain too much about things. Like we got a notice once in the mail, because a house 3 or 4 doors away from us on the other side of the street, they were moving out. So they got one of those rental roll-in dumpsters where they rolled into the driveway. They were filling it up with random stuff from the house, and then it was going to be towed away probably a few days later. And so I get a notice, or I get a phone call from this number, it was the HOA, and they're like, you're being fined $150 a day for the dumpster that's in your driveway. And I said, that's a funny thing because I don't have a dumpster in my driveway. And they said, oh, don't you live at what? They said my address. I'm going to send my address on the air. That's good. So they said that, and I was like,
can look it up.
Yeah, I know. That's fine. And I was like, I don't live there. Or I said, I do live there, but you can drive by that address. You have it. Drive by and see. I don't have a dumpster there. I'm not paying this fine. And they were like, oh, well then, is someone on your street have one? And I was like,
you want me to?
I was like, I gotta tell you, I don't really look around my street. I just look at my driveway, and my driveway has no dumpster. If you want to find out who's got a dumpster, you can drive down here and look for yourself. And I hung up on the guy. It's like, I'm not narking on my neighbors.
Amazing.
For that. No, if the neighbor, like you're saying, where he has like weeds everywhere, and it's like the windows are all busted out, and you're like, well, I don't know, there might be birds and or vagrants living there. Like, I can understand that. And if they call and ask, you might say, oh yeah, that's this house. But I'm not about a rollaway dumpster. Isn't that a good thing? Like they're not just chucking all of it on the yard and saying someone will get it.
This is what you would, or putting a whole bunch of stuff on the curb that they know that the trash people won't take.
Yes,
that stuff pisses me off. Yeah,
right.
And then you've got Sanford and Son driving through your neighborhood. Like, I've got so many. This is a whole thing.
Reference. God, I've so missed being able to make references to things that predate 1995 on the show, because even though you're not pre-95, you're an old soul, and you are aware of things like Sanford and Son. My guy.
Oh, God. Yeah. I've got HOA stories from when I lived in a condo. We'll share those at different.
All right. Well, that's fine. I'll tell you what, the people who are going to Game 3 in New York, I don't know what fees they're paying where they live, but they're living high life, man, because the get in the door price for Game 3. Now, this is as of yesterday. It's probably gone up even from there. Get in the door price for Game 3 is let me see, $9,257.
That's it.
To get in the door, not to sit good seats courtside, feet on the wood, any of that. This is just to get into the game. Almost $10,000 for a single ticket to tonight's Game 3.
It is Game 3, right? Like, what I'm getting at is, ain't no trophy coming out.
Oh, no, you're right. You're right.
Yeah.
But it is the first finals game in New York in over 25 years. So
I get that.
I can understand people saying, I want to be at the first one. And then I can understand if they win tonight, obviously, those Game 4 tickets, as of now, Game 4 tickets, get in the door price is $13,159 for Game 4. Now, if they win tonight, you can guarantee those prices will shoot up even higher because there will be people who are like, well, I didn't want to buy until I was sure. Now it's like if they have a chance to fully sweep out in 4 games, that could be absolutely astronomical, the prices for that game.
So do you think these are wealthy New York, like Wall Street type people that are just rabid sports fans that are like, I'm going to this? Or do you think this is New York garbage truck driver who's mortgage his home to go to this?
Yes, to answer your question. Like both.
Well, but you know what? Probably for every 1 or 2 like blue collar guys who are just like, sorry, kids, you're not going to college now. The Knicks are in the finals. Like, sure, like there will be some people who will do that, but it's probably, I mean, I would think it's like 95 to 5 out of 100 of those fans. 95 of them are going to be fans who are like, yeah, I don't need to worry about my finances day to day or week to week or month to month. Like I've got a stream of income that supports me no matter what I do, and that's who's buying these tickets. Has to be. At least some of them.
I think there's some people that are like, this is what credit cards are for.
Wow.
Let's go.
But putting like, dude, I'm just saying to go like
put 10 grand on a card to go to a game.
Maybe a few cards.
Okay. I'll put it this way. No, I get it. Like I was looking, so when the Mets, because I'm not a Knicks fan, but my dad grew up in New Jersey, so that's why I'm a Mets fan. He's a Mets fan. He grew up almost in Pennsylvania, so it's kind of like stolen valor.
Both of my parents are North Jersey people.
He had a chance. My grandmother asked him, do you want to go to a Phillies game or a Mets game for his first baseball game?
Yeah.
Take you to either one. And he said, I want to go to a Mets game.
I bet she was pissed off.
Well,
it's New Jersey, almost in Pennsylvania.
Yes. Oh, no, it would have been much closer to Philadelphia. Yes. She took him, though, back to, he went to Shea Stadium back in the day, and he was a big Tom Seaver fan, all that stuff. Anyway, so that's why I'm a Mets fan. So when the Mets made the World Series against the Royals in, 2015, I want to say, I was like, okay, spare no expense. I'm going to find a way to get tickets and take Dad, and we're going to go. Just the two of us get there and see it. And then it turned out I bought clothing from this company called the 7 Line, which is like kind of how the 11 Warriors has like products and stuff. That's what the 7 Line is. Like they're like that for Mets fans. They have a blog. They have the fans gather together, but they also sell merch. And so they said a thing. If you bought any merch prior to this season, not on the bandwagon, but you've been buying merch from us, there's going to be randomly selected codes to sit with us and pay face value for World Series tickets. So I got 2 tickets to a Mets World Series game for $250 a piece.
Wow.
And because I looked on StubHub, it was going to be probably close to $5,000.
Wow.
To get 2 tickets for me and my dad. And I ended up lucking out completely on that. So
good for you.
But I'm just saying, like, I know New Yorkers will be out there. And you're for sure walking around in that stadium, there were not people that I got the vibe were like, oh, honey, once we get done with this, do we want to go to the Hamptons or do we want to go out to Malibu? Where do we want to go after this? Like it was average folks that were just mortgaging their lives to get to that game.
It's nasty work, man.
It is, but like I can't imagine tonight it's going to be like the majority of people in there are still probably going to be, it's probably going to be Wall Street bandwagon people. It's not going to be the average fans, is what I'm saying. The majority of people in that building are not going to be the average fans. There's one bandwagon fan who will be there tonight, but we'll leave that for another day.
Well,
we have another gambling scandal in college sports to tell you about in 2 minutes. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic
from the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Well, if you live in Delaware County, we have some great news for you this morning. A project is officially complete, especially over by the city of Delaware. We're talking State Route 37, also known as Central Avenue and The Point. Repairs have been going on between 36 and 42 for about 45 days. This all started back in April, but if everything goes well, it should be ending and reopening at some point today. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your fan traffic.
When you saw your heating bills this winter, did you think this is out of control? The problem is your house is leaking money, and the only thing higher than your heating bills are your cooling bills. Steve here from USA Insulation. Let us fix your energy bill problem for good. If you aren't foam insulated, you really aren't insulated. For $99 a month, interest-free, we'll foam your home and help cut those energy bills. 529-2440 or usainsulation.net.
USA Insulation.
Today, we're talking about how you don't have to earn more when you can save more. Okay, so you brought me this stat. T-Mobile customers had the lowest wireless bills versus Verizon and AT&T over the past 5 years. That seems surprising.
Yeah, when I first heard it, I thought, okay. But when the experts at HarrisX broke it down, it was true for millions of families.
They have a 5-year price guarantee on experience plans and America's Best Network, plus lower bills. I'm not hearing any sacrifice here.
Which is what people need right now. Reliability, predictability. Affordable wireless service isn't a perk. It's a difference. And listeners, if you don't believe me, you can check it out at tmobile.com/switch.
Best mobile network based on analysis by Ookla Speed Test Intelligence data 2H 2025. Price guarantee on talk, text, and data. Exclusions like taxes and fees apply. Based on HarrisX billing snapshots from Q3 21 to Q4 25 compared to average AT&T and Verizon bills. Comparison excludes discounts, credits, and optional charges. For more details, see harrisx.com/T-Mobile-bills.
T-Bone and Tyvis is sponsored by Capital Ford of Columbus. Find your dream ride and get approved fast at capitalfordofcolumbus.com. Tyvis Powell helped the Buckeyes win a national championship. T-Bone watched Tyvis Powell help the Buckeyes win a national championship. Equally important. You're listening to T-Bone and Tyvis.
One of the things about Josh Repair, I didn't know your mom was from New Jersey.
Yeah, both of my parents are from North Jersey. My mom has the accent, so she'll be like, I wanted to call you and see if you can get me some coffee.
Oh, beautiful.
Yes. So.
Like Linda Richmond on SNL. Coffee Talk with Linda Richmond.
Yes.
See, that's how my dad's side of the family, my dad doesn't sound like that because he left when he was in high school. But like the rest of my dad's side of the family, my Aunt Gina, it's just, oh my God, we were there. And then they said, let's go to the city. And I'm like, what do you want to do that for? Oh my God, no way. None of that. And they're like, and it's like, you live in New Jersey, but they live in the country.
Yeah.
So they think of New York City and like New Jersey, like the stereotype of New Jersey, they are like, why would anybody think that about New Jersey? It's beautiful here. Like, because they live in rolling hills where like NBA players, when they get their money and move, they live out by where my family lives. But like they hate the city.
Yes.
More than like you find the redneckiest guy from Ohio who's like, man, I never go to New York City. They're like, right there with you, pal. Yeah, that place is terrible. Terrible. Who wants to go there? And they're like, I would just blow your mind talking to these people because they sound like they work under a bridge in New York.
It is.
But they are not from New York and they want nothing to do with it.
So funny watching them have conversations too, because like my mom, a conversation to her is two people talking at the exact same time. Like that is what they do. And it's so obnoxious trying to have a conversation with my mom because she'll just jump in and bulldoze her way. But she expects you to keep talking because that's just what they do.
Yeah. Like it's nothing offensive.
No.
It's just we're all talking here. Everybody's getting their takes off. See, that's now, Dylan, your mom and dad are from New York. You were born in New York yourself.
Yes.
Do they retain any of the New York accent? Did they have it to begin with? Like, what is your experience with that?
So my sister, who's also 11 years older than me, so she was a full-blown adult when we moved here, they all have what I refer to as a New Yorican accent, which is like a New Yorker and Puerto Rican mixed in together. Now that's a whole nother sub-race.
Yes. Yes.
Am I wrong? And I don't want to overstep. Am I wrong to presume that like is Cardi B kind of have that accent when she talks? Is that a little bit of that? Is it like the J-Lo?
J-Lo would be the better example.
Okay, J-Lo,
yes.
right.
J-Lo.
Yeah, okay. I mean, I was trying to think of more recent example, but then, J-Lo is still obviously very relevant.
It's funny your guys' perception of New Jersey, because I feel like for New Yorkers, it's just like, oh, they just want to be us. Like,
yeah,
like
right.
they wish they were from here. They have a job here. They take a train from New Jersey. They come here and they act like they're from here. Like, there's an episode of How I Met Your Mother where Ted and Barney act like they're tourists.
Yes.
And they want, like, this real city experience from these two girls, and they say they're from Jersey, the girls do, and they completely break off the whole thing. And they just start, like, criticizing them, and they're like, you're from Jersey, and you're acting like you're from here? You're not from here. Get back in the rat tunnel and go back to your home.
No, I had a buddy, my buddy Ivan, who still works, I believe, at 1010 Wins. He's worked there for years, which is a station in New York, radio station. He would, like, I remember talking to him once, and I was like, oh, yeah. He's like, yeah, born and bred, New York, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, where do you live? He's like, well, I live in New Jersey. But it was just like, he was like so ashamed because he was born in New York, but then he was like, well, I work in radio, so I had to go and live in New Jersey. But I'm like, I'm right over across the river.
Yeah,
Like,
I'm right there. I can take the ferry over. Yeah, okay. All right, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, what a time.
So this is a gambling scandal that does not involve Brendan Sorsby in the NCAA. Yeah. This is, I didn't do it. I wanted to tease Alabama college players, Alabama players suspended. We'll tell you about it next. Technically,
clickbait.
That would be too clickbait. I didn't do it. But it's Alabama State's men's basketball team. So they have, I believe, 4 former basketball players there have been ruled permanently ineligible by the NCAA for accepting payments from gamblers to fix the outcome of a game. That is something that they announced just this past weekend, actually on Friday. According to the NCAA, the 4 athletes, Amar Knox, Sean Fulcher, Corey Hines, and Tony Madlock, accepted and were paid a total of, now, brace yourselves for this massive total. Told you it's $10,000 to get into a Knicks game tonight, all right? They were paid a total of $500 per player to throw an NCAA game. Apparently 2 bettors partook in the manipulation of the Hornets' December 5th, 2024 matchup against Southern Miss. Alabama State lost 81-64, a game in which they were just a 6-point underdog. Hines and Matlock were the Hornets' top 3 scorers that season. Each player averaged 12.5 points per game. But in that season, the Alabama State team actually went to the tournament and won a play-in game. Like the first tournament win in program history.
There you go.
One of these guys, I forget which one, hit like the game-winning shot at the buzzer and like played awesome. So that should be a roster of guys who are celebrated for, hey, we put Alabama State a little bit on the map. We won a play-in game. It was the first time we ever won a thing in the tournament. Nope. You're not going to.
You threw it away for $500.
$500.
What's going through your mind? Listen, I've been a college student. Didn't have a lot of money at times. Wanted to get a Chipotle bowl and looked at the bank account and said, I'm going to overdraw my account.
Yeah. Right.
If I do this.
Right.
I'm not fixing a game for $500.
No, I mean, now I'm not saying you would fix any game, but I'm saying like, if you're calling
everybody's got a price.
Well, that's what I was going to say.
It's a joke.
If you call me and say for $500,000, would you throw this basketball game? Like, again, I would hope my answer would be no.
Right. At least that amount gets the wheels turning.
Yeah, $500,000 makes you think about it a little bit. You're sitting up there at midnight going like, well, do I really? I gotta think about this.
Right. You gotta call your mentor and be like, I got a hell of an opportunity here. But I gotta sell my soul a little bit. What should I do?
You're talking to a friend and they're just like, why are you staring off into this? And you're like, I got a lot on my mind. Like, it would at least have you thinking is all I'm saying. You wouldn't necessarily do it, but $500, that's really all it took?
Golly.
I also feel like on the others, now, it's on these guys, they threw the game.
Yes.
However, the NCAA to throw the book at these guys is right because it's in the rules and you can't do that. It's literally against the integrity of the game. But I also feel like there's a part almost where you go, really? Oh, like you'd almost feel pity for these guys because it's like, you really thought the integrity of the game was worth throwing away for $500? Like the reason this got found out, one of these guys, I believe, transferred to another school. And at that school, they were notified by the FBI because they found out about the guys who had paid the money.
Right. Which,
the bettors.
By the way, that's a crime. We're talking about wire fraud and all kinds of different things.
Absolutely right.
Yes.
And you are manipulating the outcome of a game. That's all bad. I'm not saying any of that. But the FBI got involved and called this school up, the new school, for one of the players when they transferred and said, hey, you should know this guy's under investigation. And then they self-reported the NCAA. NCAA did their investigation, and now all this got found out. The point I'm making is, like, those guys, I want to know what the FBI did for the guys who had, like, because again, they committed FBI crimes for like $2,000. So what did they possibly? I mean, I don't know how much they bet on the game, right?
Well,
but they paid $2,000 for that.
A decent amount of money.
Sure.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, this was so low level. It's still awful and bad, but like, to throw it all away for that is shocking. And again, if you threw it away for each of them getting paid $2 million,
right?
Well, that would be bad too. But you can totally understand. Like, I don't understand robbing a bank for 74 cents. I understand if you said, well, I robbed it, we made $74,000. It's like, well, that would motivate people. It's not good, but that would motivate someone to think that might be life-changing money for them.
Imagine walking into a bank, you're getting ready to do the thing, and they're like, oh, man, we just moved all of the money to the vaults. Like, there's nothing here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
hey,
dude.
Come back the next day, maybe.
Oh, dude, yeah. I got robbed once. I used to work, I told this story before, but I worked at a hotel, worked overnights, one of my many jobs working while I was in between radio gigs and different things. And I worked at a hotel overnight, and guy walked in a half an hour into my shift. I worked 11 to like 7 in the morning. And the dude walked in, had the hoodie on and the mask and the gloves, and then like pulls out a gun, puts it right in my face.
Lord Jesus.
And robbed a hotel. And so, like,
how much money was in the drawer?
$200.
Was it worth it?
I literally took the till. The guy like ran off with the whole thing.
No,
He just
like,
took
here,
it all,
have
changed
this.
it all. Yeah, I
Yeah.
said, you can have it. I said, please don't shoot me. I do not.
It's not my money.
I literally said, I don't give a bleep about this place. Like, you can have all the money. Like, I don't care. Take the money. I'm on your side. I'm on your side.
Yeah, this isn't my
Get
money.
away with this.
This
It's
is
not
my
money.
life.
No,
Yeah.
and in my head, I'm doing the math. Like, I would give the guy who runs this place $200.
Yeah.
Like, I don't care. Like, I will find $200 to
Take
give it
my
to this
next
man.
check.
I didn't have $200 to give him necessarily, but I would find it. I did not want to die over some stupid job.
Yeah.
But then the reason I bring this up is because then, like, of course, we call the police. They come up, and the detectives, they're all dusting for prints. It literally looked like CSI.
Right.
Yellow tape around everything. And I said, by the way, what does this guy get? If you catch this guy, what happens? And he's like, oh, he's going to jail for 30 years. Because it was like it was robbery with a deadly weapon.
Right.
And it was like 28 or 30 years was the sentence. And I'm like, for $200?
Yeah.
By the way,
he'd have been better off.
I want to be clear. I didn't call the police for like 10 minutes. I let this guy get away. I was like, I don't want them to find him.
I don't want no
need
smoke.
anybody coming back to me later. But of course, it was on security cameras. I got to call at some point because then the hotel's going to think I'm in on it. So I'm like, but yeah, that was, but I like, think about that. Committing a crime. I know desperate times call for desperate measures, but like
$200.
$200 for 28 years. These guys ruin their legacy for $500. It's like,
how's it going?
Like, just start an OnlyFans or something. I mean, my God, I don't know. There's got to be other ways. We have a local team in the World Cup. I'll explain next. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Still no incidents to report on this Monday, but traffic is building. We do have some slowdowns starting in New Albany, especially by that 161 and 62 intersection. So a heads up there. Also for our friends traveling downtown from that southeast corner, we're talking just outside of Canal Winchester, 33 westbound over by Pickerington Road, a little bit slower than usual. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your fan traffic.
Buckeye Nation, get game day ready. Score up to 60% off official team shop items during Buckeye Nation Days, June 9th through the 11th. Gear up with the best deals of the season. Log on to GoBuckeyes.com today.
Before the lights go down, before the first chord hits, start your night the right way with Jameson Irish Whiskey at the ultimate pre-concert party. Join us at the O-On Lane for ice-cold drinks, great vibes, and the smooth taste of Jameson flowing all night long. Grab your crew, raise a glass, and get concert ready with Jameson specials, music, and the kind of energy that only happens before the show. Jameson at the O-On Lane, where the night really begins. Drink responsibly. Taste responsibly. Jameson Irish Whiskey, product of Ireland. 40% alcohol by volume, 80 proof. Copyright 2025. Imported by John Jameson Import Company, New York, New York.
Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter. Bring your landscape back to life with an unbeatable deal from Ohio Mulch. 5 bags of premium mulch for just $10. You choose from absolute black, brown, or red to make your flowers pop and your curb appeal shine. Whether you're refreshing flower beds or finishing up that weekend project, Ohio Mulch, they have everything you need to make it look like a pro did it.
Ohio Mulch. Landscape Supply. Cleaner, greener, better.
Get your air conditioner fixed fast. Call Care Heating and Cooling. 1-800-COOLING.
Great Lakes Hyundai. The savings are so good.
It's time for sun and savings at Great Lakes Hyundai. Right now, get a new 2060 Elantra SE for $59 per month for a 2-year lease. Just $59 a month for the drive into summer sale. This month only. Plus, every new Hyundai comes with owner assurance and America's best warranty. A 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain coverage. Dublin or Columbus or glakeshyundai.com. With approved credit $39.95 down plus tax title first month payment. 7,500 miles per year and 7.6.
With Bet365 early payout, you win even if they lose. Get paid out instantly when your team goes up big, even if they blow the lead later. Bet365. Winning is everything. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-MY-RESET. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Ohio.
In the military, the mission was clear. You knew what to do. Now, the mission has changed. Stepping into civilian life isn't about finding a job. It's finding your purpose.
I wanted a career that would leverage the skills and discipline I gained in the military. IT just felt right.
My Computer Career offers class schedules that fit into your life and skills in high demand. Put your VA benefits to work. Visit mycomputercareer.edu/CWP to jumpstart your IT career today. An Elite CompTIA certification partner. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
Get your vehicle summer ready at your local AAA Tire and Auto Service. Save $50 on an air conditioning recharge. Offer includes a free electronic multi-point inspection of your vehicle. Terms apply. See store for details. Offer ends June 30th.
Take a vacation from high interest rates this summer. With a special rate on balance transfers at BMI Federal Credit Union, you can put more money back in your pocket this summer. Visit bmifcu.org/consolidate to transfer your high interest credit cards today.
Hello, I'm Shep.
And I'm Mark.
We're the friendly board certified entomologists from Rose Pest Solutions.
Let's tackle some spider myths.
I've got one. Spiders will sneak up and bite you at night.
That's a myth. Spiders are not interested in having you as a midnight snack. Okay, I've got one. You swallow spiders while you're sleeping.
Myth. What spider would enter the snore hole of death? But here's a fact. Spiders can be hard to control.
So call the pros from Rose.
Call Rose Pest Solutions today.
800-966-ROSE.
Take strokes off your game by taking pounds off your frame with Awaken 180. Increase flexibility, strength, and endurance. Breaking 100, 90, even 80 could be just 40 pounds away. Results this summer with the solution for weight loss. Awaken180weightloss.com.
In the old days when people lived to be 40, you only had one option for listening to your favorite show. But now, ooh, baby, radio, podcast, the Fan app, and YouTube, ooh, just to name a few, live or on demand. You have no excuses. The Fan.
The Fan Poll is sponsored by JT's Pizza and Pub, home of award-winning pizza and $2 tall boys. All day, every day.
Tyvis has a bum wrist from playing football. Bone has a bum wrist from opening the heavy doors at Sheets. You're listening to T-Bone and Tyvis.
Tweet the program at Bone and Tyvis 971. Joshua Perry, of course, filling in this week and next week for Tyvis. He will be back in 2 weeks. But, yeah, Tyvis is, as of yet, has not made an appearance in the chat. So maybe.
Good.
Maybe he's, at home.
Yeah, the reality set in.
Yeah, I hope he is. He needs to get some rest. He needs to enjoy the time with his family.
Do we think he's sleeping or do we think he's just in the weeds right now?
I think he's probably watching some series on Apple TV or something.
That's what I think.
Well, this is the reality when you have a newborn, for sure, is that it's actually one of the greatest times ever to catch up on television, to catch up on movies and shows, because there's a lot of downtime with the very, very newborn.
Right.
Where they're just every couple hours they wake up, they need to be changed, they need to have a bottle stuck in their mouth, or they have to go hang out with mom. But then once that's done, they just want to sleep. And then you can sit there with them in your arm, they'll stay asleep, and you can watch the most heinous, horrific movies you can think of.
Absolutely.
And they're not going to know. They don't even recognize human language at this point. So it's fine. Now you have to worry about the other kids coming down, but just saying, he could watch an R-rated horror flick, whatever he wants to do, and there's no, you're there with your kid, but it's fine. They're never gonna know.
He could watch The Wolf of Wall Street, where there's boobies in the first 30 seconds of the movie.
Yeah,
and
right.
the kid would never even know the difference.
They wouldn't even wouldn't have any idea. Yeah, so maybe that's what he's doing, maybe not. But meanwhile, JP is here. We will do Overachiever of the Week coming up 1 hour from now, and I've got someone I think is a pretty good overachiever, but we'll see what you guys have as well. So I said a local team is going to the World Cup, a team from Columbus. It's kind of a misdirection. Did you guys realize that Ecuador is here? This is where the team, Ecuador, is base camping for World Cup. So all these teams get to go somewhere to stay in the United States, or some of them are in Canada, some are in Mexico, but there's 48 teams playing in the World Cup this year. And so they all don't stay in the city where they're going to play like their first game. They play different parts of the U.S. So they give them a facility to train in, to work out in, to do all the stuff they need to do. Obviously, you need to have soccer fields and, you know, like a training room and a place where the staff can be to do all the, you know, the physio, as the Brits would call it, like all the therapy and all that stuff, right? Well, the cruise facilities are being used by Ecuador. They actually had a friendly last night at Scott's Miracle Grove Field. So, like, that was their final tune-up game before they go embark on their World Cup games. But when they're done with each game, they're staying here, living here, all that stuff, while they are in the U.S. for the next month. So I feel like as a show, because obviously I'm rooting for the U.S., that'll be a good thing. I want to see the U.S. do well in the World Cup, but I like to have more than one team that I get excited about because, you know, there's different games on, and I don't want to just wait around just for the U.S. I feel like Ecuador would be a great, like, team for us to adopt, given that they are adopting our city for the next month. I will be rooting for Ecuador personally to do well in this tournament. I hope they do great.
I'm here for it.
Yeah.
I've got, as you mentioned, the one rooting interest as well, which is the United States. But yeah, if I could get myself a little interested in something else, like, why not embrace a different team? Now, the one thing, I'm looking through this article at some of the these base camp cities.
Yeah.
And you've got like Palm Beach, Florida in there, and San Diego and Playa del Carmen. And then you've got Piscataway, Greensboro, Winston-Salem.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
It's
They're
hilarious.
getting the full experience. Like, you're seeing everything we have to offer.
It is funny because, like, I saw that Czechia is playing. Now, it's technically a Dallas suburb, but it said, like, Czechia is coming to Mansfield, Texas. And I was just like, that's a phrase that's a sentence that's never been said in the English language.
Right.
Like, sometimes we get those where it's like, no one's ever said this.
You see them on Twitter every day.
Right. Like, Bosnia and Herzegovina are in Salt Lake City, Utah, where I know that, like, alcohol is, I think, allowed, but it's not, like...
It's very controlled.
It's very controlled. And I'm saying, like, I don't know what the culture of drinking is like in Bosnia and Herzegovina, but if any of their fans have traveled, a lot of times fans will say, where's our team staying? I want to stay there. And then they'll travel around, you know, so...
Are
might
those
have some
two different countries together on one team, or is that a hyphenated country? I'm going to be honest. The last two teams you said, I've never heard of either of those countries.
Well, Czechia is also known as, like, that's what FIFA calls them. I think they're more commonly known as the Czech Republic.
Yeah, I think
so.
I do know the Czech Republic.
Yeah. And Bosnia and Herzegovina, I don't exactly know. I'm sorry. I will have to plead ignorance on. I know of Bosnia, and I don't know what happened with the and Herzegovina part of that. I have heard of that, though. I just don't know why it is that way.
Because the only one I remember from back in the day is Trinidad and Tobago.
Yeah.
And that's like some type of compilation of two different nations.
Yeah, that's in that's more Central America.
Yes.
CONCACAF. That's part of the CONCACAF grouping. Like, the U.S. would play Trinidad and Tobago. That's right. Now, I was looking at some of these cities too. Like, I mean, Ecuador is obviously on the equator. It's in South America, for those who weren't aware. So, like,
Columbus. You'd be surprised the people that don't know geography, though. The disclaimer was needed.
What's have you seen the Barstool account? Which I'm not a huge Barstool fan, but they do have a thing called Drop a Pin, I think is what it is, where the guy, it's one of their employees, and he walks around and says, here's a picture of a map, and it's just like a country that's colored in, and he's like, what country is this?
Oh, please.
And it's asking Barstool employees. So it is, and I actually enjoy it because it makes all the Barstool employees look really effing dumb. And it's just the one guy who's like, yeah, look at a map occasionally.
I'll tell you, there's no shot that I could be any good at that.
Well,
like, I could tell you, like, what region things generally are in.
Yeah.
But, like, I was the kid in school where, you know, like, they would do, like, the state capitals, and they had the song. I don't know the song. I don't know damn capitals. Like, what are we talking about?
You don't even know U.S. geography?
No, I know geography. Listen, I know where Texas is, and, like, I know where some of the states out west are. But, like, you ask me what the capital of Idaho is, like, I don't care. Why do I need to know that?
Like, do you know where? Okay, let's play this game a little bit. Do you know where Morocco? Like, what continent is Morocco on?
That is Northern Africa.
See, okay,
yeah.
So
that's what I'm saying. But there are people. But if you ask me to point it out on a map, no, I'm not doing that.
Okay, I think I would probably guess incorrectly as to which of the. But I know it's North Africa.
Yes.
I know it's like. But I would have to guess at that point. You're right.
Yes. Like on a blank map, you're not pinpointing which exact country it is.
Which, there are plenty of people who can do stuff like that. Like, congratulations on your useless talent.
Well, so I know it's one of those. It's like when you watch the spelling bee kids and they can spell words that you've never heard of. It's like, congratulations. I hope you're also studying computers or some other thing that will actually matter.
Yes.
No one is going to give you a job at 37 where you're like, did you know though I can spell gonadophobia? And you're like, no, I didn't know. And I don't. Is that the fear of gonads? What is that? I'm not sure exactly. That's a little.
Well, it's funny we have that perspective because I'm sure those people think the same thing about people's sports knowledge. They're like,
oh, 100%.
Thanks for knowing useless information.
But it makes you, at least with other people who like sports, it gives you something to talk about. I don't know if it makes you cool or not. But yeah, Ecuador, we're adopting you. We're rooting for you on this show. That's all I can say. Some problems for a former Buckeye. Details next. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Well, a heads up for our friends that live on 670 over by Airport Drive. We are seeing a project delayed in your area. It's going to be along Mock Road. Eastbound traffic will only be maintained out there starting July 6th now. Before it was May 26th in that area by Mock Park. They are doing some construction on some shared use paths out there. Not sure why they delayed the project, but once again, just keep that in mind. This is all starting now, July 6th. I'm 10 TV's Brina Albizu with your fan traffic.
Just the thought of raising my arms or bending down to pick something up scares me because I know that pain comes with doing any of that. Unfortunately, my kids and friends have to suffer because I can't play with them like I want to. Hey, it's Tyvis, and I have good news for you. QC Kinetics have relieved me from my pain and suffering, and I feel like I am in my prime. You've heard me talk about Dr. Tesner and the team at QC Kinetics and how they helped me get rid of my knee and shoulder pain. No missing work, no surgeries, and no long recovery. And I love hearing from you, how we here at The Fan helped you turn those I can'ts to I can'ts and get back to living the best days of your life. So go find out what you can do. It's a good life out there, folks. Go live it to the fullest. Let's get rid of that pain starting now. The consultation is totally free to see if you're a good candidate. Offices in Dublin and Gahanna. Call 380-208-4544. 380-208-4544. That's 380-208-4544.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. Let me ask you something. When's the last time a contractor did exactly what they said they would? On time, on budget, didn't give you any surprises at the end. With Baths R Us, there are no surprises. These folks started in Ohio and grew by word of mouth because they do it right the first time. On time, on budget. And here's the difference with Baths R Us. They have local crews, never subcontracted. The people who show up to your door, they're trained Baths R Us employees. They aren't just some random crew that got hired last week and has no idea what they're doing in your home. Whether you need a safer bathroom to stay independent or you just want a space you're proud of, Baths R Us builds it to last. That's Baths R Us. Call today and see what it's like to work with people who actually keep their promises. 380-225-BATH. That's to call Baths R Us and deal with a company that started right here in Ohio and grew by word of mouth. Because they treat people right. They do what they say they're going to do. 380-225-BATH to call Baths R Us. Baths R Us. Bathrooms you can trust. Call now.
From the FIFA World Cup to competitive business environments, grand ambitions lead to game-changing achievements. At Bank of America, we're there to support businesses at every step, providing insights and expertise to help you gain an edge.
He shoots, he scores!
What would you like the power to do? Explore winning business solutions at BofA.com/gamechangers. Bank of America, official bank of the FIFA World Cup 2026.
I never thought of myself as the type to settle down. Never knew where the team's next lunch was coming from. But then I met you, Easy Cater.
Workplaces everywhere are saying, I do want delicious food at work. And they're ordering from beloved restaurants with Easy Cater.
You were reliable. You had great options for every budget, even when marketing ops did keto again. We got through that together. With you, it's just so easy. Easy Cater, will you keep showing up at my workplace forever?
Find love at first lunch. Order at easycater.com.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. It is very difficult these days to find a great deal. Imagine if you had to buy something and you knew you had a certain amount you had to buy, but you got half of it for free unexpectedly. That would be an awesome deal. Well, the good news is Window Nation has that deal going on for you right now. With Window Nation's Buy 4, Get 4 free sale, you could replace all your windows and get half of them for free. Plus, you could even get them with no money down, no monthly payment or interest for 2 years, and you get top quality materials, insulated glass, and precision seals, all at a great price. As the weather continues to get hotter, you're going to run your air conditioner more. If your windows aren't energy efficient, they're letting that cold air out of your house, and you're paying more. Fix that problem with Window Nation. Save big with Window Nation's Buy 4, Get 4 free sale going on now. They even have a lifetime warranty on these windows. Check out windownation.com to book your consultation today. That's windownation.com. Window Nation, proud partner of the Wounded Warrior Project.
When sudden illness or injury strike, Ohio State offers 3 types of urgent care to meet any of your needs. From traditional urgent care to our specialized orthopedic urgent care for activity-related injuries and advanced urgent care for more serious injury and illness. Our experts treat everything from broken bones to ear infections and colds and flu. Ohio State Urgent Care. This is world-class care.
Common Man and Timmy here for Hollywood Casino Columbus. Oh, Common Man, we got lots of exciting things this month.
That's right, like the grand opening of the new hotel so you can stay and play.
Plus, we got lots of great entertainment lined up now through October. We got the Hollywood Tribute Band concert series, from the timeless magic of the Beatles to the fire and swagger of Johnny Cash.
And don't forget about the $250,000 Sweet Spins drawings on Saturdays through June. You can win $250K cash or a 2-night package at the new hotel.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Broadcasting live from the McDaniel GM Superstore Studios, driving excellence since 1916. Chevrolet. Together, let's drive. WBNS HD1 Columbus.
Good morning, I'm Dylan Gonzalez. JT Poston is your 2026 Memorial Tournament winner after a wild Sunday at Muirfield Village. Poston built a 4-shot lead on Sunday, but he still needed 2 playoff holes to hold off Ryan Gerard to get the win at Jack's Place. With the victory, Poston earned a spot in the U.S. Open and avoids having to play in golf's longest day today. On the diamond, the Cleveland Guardians dropped 2 out of 3 to the Texas Rangers over the weekend after being shut out 10-0 yesterday. They'll start a series at home versus the Yankees tonight with first pitch at 6:40. And the Cincinnati Reds got swept by the Cardinals, losing the series finale 5-3 yesterday. They'll start a series in San Diego tonight with coverage starting just after 9 o'clock right here on The Fan. This update is sponsored by Turbo Track Realty. Done with that property? Call John Kozik at Turbo Track Realty and get a cash offer today. 614-472-0000. Breaking sports news when it happens on The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
T-Bone would like to take a second to remind everyone that Eddie George is awesome and that Ronnie James Dio was an American treasure. And that pickles are gross. Thank you. Here's T-Bone and Tyvis.
All right. Look, I don't go out looking for the domestic violence stories in sports. I don't know how everyone's patience level is. Some people, I guess, like love to read this stuff. When I find out about like domestic violence stuff, I'm always like obviously horrified by it. If there's any truth to any of the allegations, I'm obviously like throw the person who's involved and did it in jail, all that stuff, right? And I'll be honest with you, if you listen to this show every day and you're like, I can't wait for the domestic violence updates involving current and or former athletes. Like if I see that or something that's happening on the field, I'm going to rather talk about the thing on the field.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Like not because I don't think this stuff deserves to be highlighted. It does. I just also don't typically talk about like murders and, you know, most other crime just doesn't cross my radar. So now if it's a big enough story, obviously we have to, right? So I saw this from former Buckeye and current Broncos defensive lineman Jonathan Cooper, that he and his girlfriend Jade Fegan were both arrested after a fight allegedly at their residence, in Denver area residence is what it says here. According to police records and an arrest affidavit, Fegan told officers she confronted Cooper about cheating. During the dispute, she threw his phone against the wall and took it to read the messages that she presumed were on there, right? She alleged that as she tried to leave with the phone, Cooper grabbed her by the neck with one hand, lifted her off her feet, pinned her against the wall for about a minute while he retrieved the phone. That is obviously not okay.
Bad.
She said, again, this is all alleged. She said he then threw her phone to the ground 3 times, punched the wall next to her face, bunch of other bad stuff there. Fegan told police she was unable to get up at one point. She also said Cooper threatened to break her phone if she did not leave. Then this is the part of the story that caused me, because, again, these situations are horrific. But I heard this part specifically, and I said, I don't know what I just read. She said he took the phone, put it in his mouth, and, like, chomped down on it with his teeth and broke it. And I have to be honest, that is the first time I think I've ever read that sentence.
This is the second time
of someone eating a phone, basically.
That you've got a first-time sentence.
In one day.
Yeah.
I had Lionel Messi arrives in, I don't know, whatever. He went to, did you see the Argentine national team played a game at Kyle Field?
Oh, here we go.
So it was Lionel Messi arrives at Kyle Field. Again, sentences that we've never had in English. There's a third one. Like this, but this is one of them. Like, a man eats a phone during a dispute. Like, I've never heard that one in my life.
Biting the phone that's the thing where it's like, this is super toxic, and whatever was going on, like, obviously it sounds like they've both got some things to work through. And by the way, like, it's never that serious. Right, like, it's never that serious where it needs to escalate.
The thing that causes, like, if you're alleged of cheating or whatever, it's like,
not that serious that it should escalate to this point.
No.
But through all of the crazy things, and by the way, in this situation, they both got arrested, right? So it seems like there are a lot of things to sort out here. But getting to the point where you chomp down on the phone, it's way too far gone. That is insane. I've never heard of that before.
I don't understand, the physics of how that, like, I don't understand how that works.
How you actually crack the screen when you bite the phone?
I have a short temper. I have been plenty angry.
I didn't peg you as that guy.
Oh, traffic. I literally, like, part of the way I handle traffic is by saying some of the most horrific things, like, where I just get so mad. When people drive stupidly, that's when it comes out of me. I get so angry. But I've never in my life been so angry at anything, sporting events or just like, I've never been so angry where I've thought, and, like, taken the phone and put it towards my mouth.
You should try it.
Said, I want to. No.
Next time you're in traffic.
These things are built. So I've dropped this thing from like 10 feet and it won't break.
A bozo who's driving around like they own the road and it's pissing you off. Just grab that phone and just.
First time an Ohio State kicker misses a field goal this year.
That's right.
Your phone.
Just grab the phone and just.
No. That's not what it would be with Ohio State. It would be like the thing that would get me to bite my phone.
The first time you see 4 tight ends come out there on a 3rd and long.
That is exactly right.
The phone.
It's exactly what would get it, where it's just like, well, it looks like
I had him pegged on that one.
Jeremiah Smith is sitting on the sideline.
That's right.
It's a first and a goal from the 8-yard line.
That's right.
And it's just going to be I'm going to chew the phone. I'm going to chew through the phone. I'm going to be like Walter White in Breaking Bad, where I'm just going to get burner phones, put half of it in my mouth and snap it off. Just throw it away. That's how I'm going to get through Buckeye football season.
I meant to text you guys over the weekend when I think you specifically, T-Bone, have been a bad or good influence on me, depending on how you want to put it. I was listening. I think it was On the Money, and they were talking about like Ohio State potentially finishing 9-3 and still making the playoff.
Yeah,
and that's a take that I had and I brought up. I was like, oh, they could still do it, and I was like, you know what? This team last year just had an undefeated regular season, and they're bringing back the quarterback, the running back, the wide receiver. We've seen the defense reload. Why are we having conversations about the Ohio State going 9-3?
Oh, because the schedule is a gauntlet.
No.
Dylan is part of the fringe now.
9-3 talk.
Dylan is part of the fringe.
No.
I like it.
I don't accept it.
Dylan, have you seen the schedule? Oh my God, it's the hardest schedule that's ever been created.
I don't accept it either.
Oh my God, they got to go play at Indiana. They got to go at USC. They got to play
There might
Oregon.
be 14 people there.
They got to play Michigan.
They'll all be Buckeye fans.
They got to go to Texas with Arch Manning, who is the greatest quarterback that has ever been created by the Manning family.
Go watch his highlights when he played Division 8 kids in Texas or whatever. Go watch it. He's
Louisiana.
Awesome. Oh, whatever. Well, I don't know where he played.
The schedule. It's the schedule.
No, I don't want to hear it.
I'm with you.
I'm over it.
Listen, there is I think let me be very clear about what I'm saying. If Ohio State goes 9-3, I promise, T-Bone promise, I will not come in here and say Ryan Day needs to be fired and all this. Like, you can record this, you can play it back for me in December. If they go 9-3, I'm not going to say Ryan Day needs to be fired. That's not where I'm at. What I am saying is, as Ohio State football fans, we are able to say that's not what I expect out of Ohio State. Because you know who else would say that? Ryan Day.
Yeah.
You know who else would say that? Every player on that roster. You know, I'm guessing who else would say that would be former players like yourself, Joshua. I would think would say, hey, man, I don't care if you're playing the NFL teams on this. Like, you feel like Ohio State should always be able to win double-digit games, regardless of the schedule, and be one of, now in a playoff era where you have 12 teams, I would like to think Ohio State will be in the top 4 or 5 seeds most years. I don't think that's unreasonable. If they don't do that, they go 9-3, make the playoffs, I'll still hope that they win the playoffs, but I'll just be a little frustrated with how we got there.
Yeah.
That's all. In the moment, I'll be frustrated when they're losing those 3 games, if that happens.
No doubt. Like, I'm joking about the schedule. Like, certainly a little bit more difficult than what we're used to seeing. And there's a flattening of talent that is absolutely happening in the sport. Now, I still think Ohio State is getting more talent than most people, right? Yeah. Nobody's going to make excuses. Nobody should make excuses, and they know what they're up against over there in that building. 9-3, maybe it's a play, but I'm you know where I'm at. Like, I don't want to even set up the offseason doing this. Oh, well, you know, sneak in with 9-3, and it's like let's not do all that. Like, we're Ohio State still. Standards still high. We'll play the games. Some of them will be difficult, but I think they'll be fine.
I heard someone I respect say that USC is the most trappiest game on their schedule, and watch out for that. And I was like, is Matt Leinart and Reggie Bush over there? And even if they are, you expect Ohio State to win.
It's funny because then
USC, I mean, that defense, they got a new defensive core. That defense, yeah.
And now I think a perfectly real valuation of this roster is to say that, as I've pointed out, Julian Sayin has plenty of room to improve. Mm-hmm. Do we not all agree with that?
Sure.
Not because I think he sucks as a quarterback, but because a guy like him, you recruited him to be the best player in college football, the best quarterback in college football, right? That's the ceiling that guy has. So I want to see him get close to that ceiling this year. He was inching towards it last year. Then he lost 2 of his stud receivers and suddenly looked a little bit more human. Offensive line let him down at times too. There's a myriad of reasons why that occurred, but like, we can have a rational discussion about he's got to get better.
Yes.
Running game has to improve for sure. Offensive line needs to take a better step.
Yep.
And I don't think you just lose 4 or 5 guys off this defense to the first round guys, right?
Right.
And then say, no problem, this defense is going to just instantly be great. But I'd like to believe that can happen. It happened last year. Can it happen again this year? I hope so. I know there might be some fluctuations with this team, but I'm also not hearing at all, let's temper expectations. No.
Just feel like it's way too early to be doing all that coping. Like, I feel like that's an off-season cope take to get yourself ready for the bad things that potentially could happen. I'm not there.
No, now if they go to Texas and get beat by 30,
we'll have to recalibrate.
Then we're suddenly going to have to say, whoa, hang on a second. What did we think we had on this roster and what's going on?
Yeah.
Then I'm here for Tavian St. Clair talk. I'm here for whatever talk you want to have.
Whoa.
No, if they lose by 30 at Texas, then I'm then.
If they lose by 30, it means that we got to have a conversation about the defense.
Or it means they gave up 30 and scored 0. And then we got to have a conversation about both. I'm just pointing out there's a world where we can get to like freak out land, but I don't think that's going to happen. If it does, play this back and tell me how wrong I was. That's all.
Digital's going to clip this up and make you look silly.
God.
Yeah. There you go.
That's right. That's what they do. Hey, you know what I heard? That's what you get. That's what you get. Some interesting audio from Zach Wierenski. Seems like he's tired of losing in Columbus. You'll hear what he said next. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning and welcome to your Monday. Well, folks, we are seeing our first traffic alert out there. It's going to be over on 670 eastbound. So heading outside of downtown and especially over by the airport, keep in mind that left shoulder is blocked just passing Airport Drive after a disabled vehicle. Thankfully, not causing any issues, traffic whatsoever. Also for our friends on the north side of Columbus, good morning to you from Powell to Westerville. No issues on 270, 23, and even 315. I'm 10 TV's Brina Albizu with your fan traffic.
Enjoy more ways to save at Kroger, like low prices in every aisle. And you can clip and save more with digital coupons in the Kroger app. Plus, you can earn fuel points to save up to $1 per gallon at the pump. So it's always easy to save big. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Savings may vary by state. Fuel restrictions apply. See site for details.
Did you know you can save up to $35 on your next fill-up? Redeem your points for big savings at the pump. Exclusions apply. See site for details. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Hey, it's Austin Ward. Listen to The Beat with Austin and Byrne, now powered by the Waterworks and Header Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing. Get the latest Buckeye news, insights, and unbeatable analysis every day. Don't miss a moment. Stream The Beat with Austin and Byrne, sponsored by the Waterworks and Header Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing.
Well, welcome back to That Lux Life. It's your boy, Will Winmore. Today's guest, the Millionaire Ball from the new Ohio Lottery Daily Draw game, Millionaire for Life. Hey-o! So if a player matches 5 numbers and the Millionaire Ball number, they win $1 million a year for life. Hey-o! Or $100,000 a year for life if they match just 5. Hey-o! Millionaire for Life is the game. Millionaire Ball is his name. Play Ohio's newest daily draw game for your chance to win for life. Players are subject to Ohio laws and commission regulations. Play responsibly.
Protect your home or business with Ramos Roofing. Trusted roofing, siding, and gutter solutions with free estimates and flexible financing. Call 614-761-7663 or visit RamosRoofingOhio.com today. Ramos Roofing. Reliable, local, built right.
Great Lakes Hyundai. The savings are so good.
It's time for sun and savings at Great Lakes Hyundai. Right now, get a new 2060 Elantra SE for $59 per month for a 2-year lease. Just $59 a month for the drive into summer sale. This month only. Plus, every new Hyundai comes with owner assurance and America's best warranty. A 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain coverage. Dublin or Columbus or glakeshyundai.com. Get through credit $39.95 down plus tax title first month payment. 7,500 miles per year and 7.6.
Hey, this is D. Miller. Getting older is a part of life. Feeling exhausted all the time doesn't have to be. If your energy is down, your sex drive isn't what it used to be, your workouts feel harder, your focus is off, or you just don't feel like yourself anymore, it may be time to head to Low T Center. About 1 in 4 men over 40 have low testosterone, and for many men, the symptoms happen so gradually you may not even notice, or just assume it's stress, work, lack of sleep, or just a part of aging. At Low T Center, providers specialize in hormone health and testosterone replacement therapy. They use lab work, symptoms, health history, and personal goals to create a treatment plan tailored to each patient because no 2 men are exactly alike. TRT may help support energy, focus, libido, body composition, mood, and overall quality of life. You don't have to settle for feeling less than your best. Low T Center works with most major insurance providers and offers a free testosterone test for men who want answers. Visit FixMyLowT.com to book your appointment today. That's FixMyLowT.com.
Hey, I'm Ruben. My band and I have a new song we're getting ready to record this weekend. I'm also a tow truck driver. When you move over and slow down, you're not only giving me room to work, you're making sure I get to go home at the end of the day and see my bandmates.
Roadside workers have lives and families, but when they're on the job, they put it all on the line to protect and serve us. When you see flashing lights, remember, they're not just roadside workers. Thank you for moving over and slowing down.
Hello, it's John Kozik, founder and president of TurboTrack Realty, and I buy real estate as is fast for cash. Give us a call today for an all-cash offer at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000. I buy vacant properties, inherited homes, divorce situations, death in the family, apartment buildings, commercial properties. I even buy my tenants won't pay me the rent houses. Give us a call today for an all-cash offer at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000.
Join the Fan weeknights at 6 for the Buckeye Show. And if you're asking if it's just a bunch of homers rooting for all things Ohio State, yes it is. Proud to be your flagship home of the Buckeyes, the Fan, Ohio sports destination. Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
We have a quiet but warm start to our day out there. Partly cloudy skies for your Monday. A stray shower or storm is possible this afternoon into the evening. Otherwise, it's going to be a warm afternoon, highs in the upper 80s. For Tuesday, a few showers and storms out there as well. Could be a couple of local downpours too. Humid with highs in the lower 80s. For the Fan, I'm 10 Weather Impact meteorologist Justin Gertz.
All the Ohio State conversation you can handle. The Buckeye Show.
Weeknights at 6.
Your Ohio State flagship station. The Fan. Tyvis played in some of the biggest stadiums in the world. T-Bone has eaten some of the biggest pizzas in the world. You're listening to T-Bone and Tyvis.
Tweet the program at Bone and Tyvis 971. Tomorrow, by the way, do not forget, it is one of our favorite days of the week. It's Hot Take Tuesday. So, we don't have any yet, but I know this. Joshua Perry started off Hot Take Tuesday last week. Was that when we got was it Hot Take Tuesday where we got the vanilla is the superior ice cream flavor?
It was.
Okay. Because then what happened was on Friday, after we got done doing the show out at Muirfield, I go home and the kids are like, we want this, we want that. And I said, you know what? Tonight feels like a good day. It's a Friday night. Let's get some ice cream in the house, right? We don't always have it. But I went out to the store and I said, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to get the vanilla bean ice cream. It even said artisan vanilla bean.
Yeah.
And I said, all right. Yeah. So I got that. And I got some sherbet because apparently that we have to have sherbet, I was told. Like, cannot. Now, sherbet's not my favorite.
According to who?
Yeah.
According to my kids.
Of them?
That's what they
If
wanted.
you can produce offspring that have to have sherbet, I don't know if you can criticize my ice cream takes. That's all I'm saying.
Very fair point on your part. It's not for me. I mean, let me back up. I'll eat sherbet all day. It's not bad. It's just when I was in the mood for like creamy goodness of ice cream, I did not want this. It literally says low fat on it because it's like this.
That's marketing,
right? Well, yeah. There's still sugar in it. Last I checked, but anyway, so I got the vanilla ice cream, and I thought, am I going to eat this raw dog it the way JP wants me to? Just eat a plain vanilla ice cream? Joshua Perry says no. I did not do that. We had some chocolate chips in the house. I heated one of those up in the microwave.
So you didn't even
put ice cream on top of it and then covered it in chocolate.
But you didn't even.
I've had vanilla ice cream.
I know, but you need to reassess. Since the conversation, you should eat independently.
Yeah.
Vanilla bean ice cream.
Okay, and then what? Be like this.
See what you feel,
and then be disappointed by it.
No. See, this is what I'm saying. You have a predisposition right now.
I do.
That I don't appreciate. What I'm telling you is to have no expectations and then feel what you feel. This is my father-in-law. I have this conversation with him because he's a bit of a combative person at times. And so he gets ready to go into these scenarios where he's going to be around people that he doesn't really care for. And he talks himself into having a bad time before he gets there. And I tell him to have no expectations for the interaction. And so when you eat this vanilla bean by itself, I want you to have no expectations for your interaction with that bowl of ice cream.
Okay. That's going to be difficult, though, because I have 43 years of expectations for ice cream. I don't know how to do that.
You do. You do, and you're telling yourself you don't, but you do.
Okay.
You're creating a story in your brain right now.
I am.
That I don't want you to have when you eat the ice cream.
You're gaslighting yourself.
My story is literally that it's going to be a waste. Because I'm going to do this. It's going to waste my time. I'm not going to want it. I mean, I'm going to want it.
Yes, you are.
No, but it's not. All right.
By the way, I have
do my best to try to make this better.
I have a food take that I can't wait till tomorrow. It needs to be said right now. Joshua is up in your neck of the woods in Galena.
Yeah.
You ever been to what is it? Tavern at the Creek?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You've talked about this place before, right?
No, this is the first time I went yesterday.
What's the one up in Galena that I thought you'd been?
Cheshire Market.
Oh, then I'm thinking of somewhere else.
Pizza.
Cheshire Market is the target of this take. I had their pizza a couple months ago. Wasn't a big fan of it.
Yeah.
Cheshire Market, not only is it not the best pizza in the city, Joshua, like you claim, it's not even the best pizza on the street.
I disagree
Because
wholeheartedly.
Tavern at the Creek.
No.
Yes.
No.
Better pizza than
People
Cheshire
who live in Galena don't even go to Tavern on the Creek for the pizza. Like, they go there to get wings and stuff.
Well, funny story. I went there for the wings, and they're like, we're out.
Exactly.
I went there when they opened.
It's for the wings. It's not even for the
we're
pizza.
Out. I'm sorry.
I don't know this.
I think
it's good.
I don't get up to Galena.
It's good.
At all.
Here's the thing. If you go over that way, which if you've been to Alum Creek, you've probably been at this intersection. It's Africa Road in Cheshire. There's really not that. There's a lot more up there than when I moved up. There's not that much. Except for these two hole-in-the-wall spots that have delicious food.
Yes.
And there's an ice cream spot. I don't know if it's still open, but Sticky Fingers was an ice cream spot that's right around the corner from Cheshire Market that has delicious ice cream. And there's nothing else really to do except for go to those three spots.
Now, see, again, I like the fact with Cheshire Market that got me was when I walked in there, the parking lot was full of dump trucks and like heavy equipment.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody in there looked like they had just got done working a real blue collar job.
Yes.
For lunch is what, when I walked in there. And half of that place is an actual sit down. There's tables.
Yeah.
They'll bring you
got
pizza.
A buffet in there.
They have a buffet.
Yep.
The other half is an actual like convenience store, service station, and bait and tackle shop.
Yes.
And that is where I went because they also have the rotating, like a gas station will sometimes have rotating pizza in the warmer. That's how I got my pizza there. And I thought it was delicious. I enjoyed it very much.
Good.
I don't know if I'd put it as best in the city, but it was very good. It was very good.
You want tobacco, worms, and pizza?
Why not?
Cheshire
Why not?
Market.
Yeah, absolutely right. I loved it though. I mean, now I want to go back, but now I got to try Tavern at the Creek.
Is that all inclusive? The tobacco and worms on the pizza.
One price. You walk in, you just get tobacco, worms, and pizza, and they're like, "Oh, you want the special?"
I promise you, there are a bunch of people who go in there and get that exact thing, and then go right over to Alum Creek and
absolutely
get on their boat.
right. Yeah, absolutely right. Bring the pizza on the boat.
Beer as well.
Yeah,
yes.
That's the goated combo for boating at Alum Creek.
That's
apparently.
Don't boat and drive.
No. You boat, and then some other people in your boat can then crack a beer. That's exactly right. Be careful.
Or don't drink and boat is what I
drink and boat. Don't boat and drive. Either
don't
one.
boat and drive.
There we
That'll
go.
be hard.
Right, that's right. All right. So Zach Werenski won the Norris Trophy. He is the best defenseman in the league, according to the people who vote on the trophy, and we don't disagree with that at all here. Zach Werenski was doing the media tour now because he is the Norris Trophy winner, and he went on NHL Network and was talking to a panel of their guests or their hosts, and one of them asked a question about what did you learn being on Team USA winning the gold medal, and then previously Team USA in was it Four Nations, I think they also brought up, like how they had won all these things recently with Team USA, and he was a part of all that. And they asked him, what did he learn from that? Here's what Zach Werenski said he learned about that experience of going with Team USA.
Definitely made me a better hockey player and a better person. And the one thing that's really stuck with me after the World Championships and after the Olympics was just how fun winning is. I obviously haven't had that much success in the playoffs here in the NHL, and I want that to change. I had so much fun on those teams. Obviously, it's different with the long playoff run and all that, but winning anything's fun. And I got reminded of that this last 12 months, and I just want more of that.
All right. So some people viewing that maybe as a shot at the Blue Jackets. I don't think it's a shot.
Is it a shot?
When you say you want to win?
Yeah, I think that's where a lot of people are. Maybe it's applying some pressure, putting that out into the universe. I think that's perfectly fine.
No, to your point. I mean, if you say, I want to win, and the people, I don't think they do it, by the way, nationwide, but if like the people at the Jackets were like, what? Like, how dare he? Like, that would be a very bad sign. If your team is like, that can't, what?
How dare he is
right.
Hilarious.
Like, that's what you're supposed to want to do. However, he obviously knows, like, he's got some power to say, I want to see this team build a winner, and I don't want to just, hey, well, if we all try again harder next year, maybe it'll work. A concrete plan of getting there needs to be in place. I did see a little interesting tidbit. It came down on Thursday evening that Dylan Larkin, Red Wings captain, 11-year player for them. He is one of their best players, 30 goals a game type of guy, playing the center position. You don't find those guys very often, especially not at a team-friendly deal like he has. He's still got 3 or 4 years left on his deal. He has said he wants out of Detroit. This is a kid who grew up in Detroit and said, no thanks, I've been the captain of this franchise. I don't believe it can win. He told Steve Yzerman, their GM, who is also a legend there in Detroit, I want out. Now, he has a full no-trade clause.
Yes.
He can, no movement clause. He can determine kind of,
right, if
a deal comes in that he doesn't, if the team isn't where he wants to go, he can say no thanks. I don't know how likely it is, but just Jackets fans, let's live in a world for a second. Zach Werenski, for years, Red Wings fans have said, oh, just wait, because he's also from the Detroit area.
Sure.
Grew up playing with Dylan Larkin. Right. They are teammates in the younger levels. They were teammates at Michigan.
Right.
They've been teammates on Team USA. There have been talks to like, oh, Dylan Larkin, you just wait. He's going to convince Zach Werenski to come up here and come home and sign with the Red Wings. Wouldn't it be hilarious / awesome if the Jackets convinced Dylan Larkin to leave Detroit and send a trade package for him to get him to come down here and play with Zach Werenski? I mean, that instantly changes everything for this roster if you get a center who scores 30 goals a game like he does. Like,
I tend to agree. And as we talked about with Myles Garrett, right, this no trade, I think, puts front offices in a tough spot because you're probably not going to get the return that you could get because the player gets to pick. So there's kind of that. Now, he's got years left, so they're not going to give him away for nothing. But, like, I think there are teams circling and saying, might be able to make a little bit of a deal here and get a great player.
If I'm the Jackets, if I'm Don Waddell, I'm calling up Steve Eisman and saying, KJ, Voronkov, first-round pick, and name something else.
Do it.
And they would say Adam Fantilli. And the Jackets would say.
And the Jackets would say no.
Sorry.
That's not happening. And that's fine. That's called a negotiation. But then you go, all right, well, what in between that can we work to? But, like, no, you're not giving up KJ Voronkov and Fantilli. There's no chance you're doing that. Like, and I don't think Fantilli should be a part of any deal. I'm just saying, like, the Dylan Larkin thing, they can go back and say, he's not going to be there. So you do what you want to do. But I'm saying the Jackets should be competitive in that market.
Yes.
They would have a group of assets to put together.
They should make a run
current
at it.
players and a pick and future stuff that I would think at least the Red Wings would have to pause and consider. I don't know that it's likely, but it's certainly not impossible. Baker Mayfield making some noise about his contract. Dylan is very excited about this story. We'll talk about it in 2 minutes. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
In Grove City, looking like a pretty easy commute on this Monday, I gotta say, especially 71 northbound by Greenlawn Avenue. Still not seeing the traffic we're used to seeing around this time. I will take that. For our friends in Madison County, too, good morning to you. Just in case you're stepping out the door, your drive times are looking near perfect, especially 70 eastbound as you're heading downtown. 42 to 270 will only take you about 12 minutes. I'm 10 TV's Brina Albizu with your fan traffic.
Working your way through that home projects list, that means more flushes, more showers, more fiddling with the thermostat. Trust the pros at the Waterworks with your plumbing, drain, heating, and cooling needs. Our certified pros can repair or replace your air conditioner or furnace. Clogs? Call the Waterworks. Drain issues? Call the Waterworks. Plumbing problems? Call the Waterworks. HVAC breakdowns? Call the Waterworks. The Waterworks. Trusted and certified plumbing, drain, heating, and cooling experts.
That was the moment when I realized I got to do something. I was scheduled to go in for knee surgery, and for the pre-op, they do the blood work. It was determined that I was now type 2 diabetic and I was severely overweight. Years ago, I could cut back and lose weight, and I was finding it difficult to do that. 2 days into the Awaken 180 program, my daily glucose level went from 170 down to 61. 1 week into the program, I lost 10.5 pounds. That was the eye-opener that I knew this was the right thing for me. They teach you the lifestyle change and how to be smart. I just can't say enough good things about Awaken 180 and the positive effects it has on you. It has completely changed my life.
Thanks, Phil. Austin Ward here, and Phil wanted to share his Awaken 180 story for the same reasons I have for so many years now, to let others know there is a medication-free solution for weight loss. Find your results at awaken180weightloss.com or call 844-346-1800.
T-Bone and Tyvis is sponsored by Capital Ford of Columbus. Find your dream ride and get approved fast at capitalfordofcolumbus.com. Two men who both know the value of a good hat.
You're bald!
This is Bone and Tyvis.
Joshua Perry filling in for Tyvis Powell, who remains on paternity leave, of course. I need to find out, before we get into this Baker Mayfield stuff, a food question I have for both of you, and it's also like a social media. Where has your algorithm hit you with this yet? If I say the phrase "da big ga," do you have any idea what I'm talking about?
Kool-Aid pineapples. That big guy.
That big guy.
Oh my God.
That bit tough.
That made me cringe.
Oh, it's so cringy.
Bad.
It's so cringy.
Oh.
Now, if you don't know what this is, I don't mean to exclude those. Dylan, are you aware of this at all?
I'm not.
Okay. So what this is, I saw this going around on social media, and I wanted to throw up the first time I saw it because I didn't know what I was looking at. I famously hate pickles. I am not a fan. I am anti-pickle. Pickles are not for me. If you love them, great. Don't give them to me. I don't want them. I saw this trend of someone opening up a jar, pulling out what looked like a pickle spear, but that was red, that had been apparently treated with some kind of red dye or something, and then eating it, and then the guy says, "da big ga," which is apparently code for that B word is gas, which is like means that's gas, good, it's fire, it's hot, it's good. But when I first saw that, I thought it was pickles, and I wanted to throw up. I was like,
no, they do it with pickles.
Oh, they do it
Yeah,
with
they
pickles
do.
too?
Yes, they do it with pickles as well.
Oh, no.
Which I love pickles. And listen, I'm not for these diabetes-inducing, teeth-eroding trends on social media. But that actually sounds like something in a one-off scenario that I might enjoy.
The pickle or the pineapple?
Both.
Okay. Because the pickle, like I said, clearly I'm out on that.
Pickle chips is like one of my favorite snacks. Like I will just eat like a bowl of pickle chips when I'm hungry.
I wish I could, because from all accounts, like whenever I read stuff on how to lose weight and how to fight that battle, they're like, well, do you like pickles? Because you could eat those.
You
And
eat a
those
ton of them.
And I'm like, no.
And they might make you poop a little bit.
Hey, that's all right. I can't.
It's all the salt trying to get out of your body.
I can't do the pickles, man. But here's the thing. Like, then I found out it was pineapple spears is what they're actually. A lot of these videos are people putting pineapple spears. What you do is you take the pineapple juice or the coconut water, whatever it's sitting in, you drain that. You then put in Kool-Aid and like cups of sugar.
Yes.
Stir it all up and then pour that mixture back into the thing and then seal it up, put it in the fridge for like a day or two.
Yep.
It absorbs, the pineapples absorb all the Kool-Aid.
I mean, they're completely dyed. If you don't like red dye, this is not a trend for you.
Right.
And then have you seen the videos of people buying pallets of these pineapple spears from Sam's Club?
No.
Because now they're like the dude.
There's resellers. This has become a reselling
the
thing.
The video of the kid being like, that big guy.
Right.
It looked like a drug deal. Like the guy came and met him somewhere on a corner. Gave him the thing. He opened it, sampled the product, rubbed it on his gums, and said it was good, and then he disappeared.
Yeah. And so then, like, he takes a bite, he says, "That bit tough." And then he takes another bite, he said, "That big, yeah." And then they dap up, and then he leaves, like, seals it up, is like, "Thank you, I got my product now." This is like if you go look on Facebook Marketplace right now, and you look up, just type in KOO. It will fill in the rest, and it will say Kool-Aid pineapple, because there is a market on there. People who are like $20 for a jar of pineapples with the Kool-Aid treatment.
The final
We're
thing
all doing it wrong.
Is the kid who that bit tough, that big guy was white. He was one of the whites. That was something that made it even funnier.
He was.
All right, let me lock in.
He was a little Chet Holmgren-y, I'm going to say it that way. But yeah, very much so.
The whites are good.
That is the.
Yeah.
I showed this to my wife, and she was like, "That boy good?" And I was like, no, honey, that's not what that's not what that is.
This is one of those things I couldn't even show to my wife because she doesn't enjoy this. This stuff doesn't make her laugh. She doesn't.
It had me
She
in
doesn't
stitches.
think comedy is funny. She's one of those people.
It had me in stitches, dude. That one got me.
Hilarious.
And then, I don't know. This is the other thing that hit my algorithm was like how New York, the New York isn't real thing where you just see random weirdos in New York that do crazy things. There's a guy in New York they found on the street who was balancing a tire on his head while riding his bicycle. And so they stopped him and they're like, all these New Yorkers are like, "You cannot be telling me that you do this. Like, you're crazy that you can do this." And he said, "Give me something else to balance." He picks up a fully loaded, like 40-gallon trash can or whatever these things are, picks it up, puts it on his head, hops back on the bike, rides down the street. And now that guy has like his own Instagram that's popping up, and now he's showing up at Nick's watch parties. And I'm like, between that big guy and the guy with the trash can on his head, my algorithm is effed up forever. Like, it makes no sense. That's on my. I showed this to my wife, and she's like, "I get like puppy videos and simple things like that." And I'm like, "Nope, I'm over here."
What do you think?
I'm on Pineapple Spear Island over here.
Like the people who created technology, right? Like folks built these computers that were like the size of rooms.
Yes.
So we could have the ability to process information at a faster rate to better humanity. Like if they got on the internet today and watched those videos, they would probably kick themselves.
Yeah. They would probably say, "Are we sure we should be doing this?" They're like, no, we're doing this to send people to Mars, like, or to the moon.
Right.
We're trying to like build computers to help with that. And it's like, that's fine. Don't let it get to the internet, because you're going to eventually get to da big ga, and no one's going to know what's going on. Baker Mayfield, he apparently does not know what's going on with his contract situation. He said, "Contract stuff, it's happening, it's starting, the talks and whatnot, but we're not anywhere close to what we were thinking. So I'd love to be here long term. But right now, that's not the case. I'm under contract for 2026, and the guys in that locker room and that staff know I'm still doing everything I can to win a Super Bowl. To me, that's the priority. Everything else will take care of itself." Dylan, if you were the Bucs, what would you do here?
Well, one of the very first, when we first started doing Hot Take Tuesday, my very first take was a Baker take. Do you remember what it was?
I'm sure. I don't remember, actually. I'm guessing it had to do with him being overrated, but
This
I can't
would be
remember.
the last season he would be playing for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Oh, you said that
Yes.
last. Oh,
Yes.
okay.
A few months ago.
All right.
What was the context behind that?
He stinks. That's what the context is.
Fair enough.
He's ass. That's
Yeah.
what
Dylan is not he was taking pure joy in the fact that Baker tailed off again, which,
oh my God,
it was predictable. I mean, every Browns fan has lived through the Baker Makers.
You know what?
The Baker Mayfield cycle where it's everyone doubts him and then he goes off and then everyone tells him how great he is and then he sucks and then everyone doubts him and it goes on and on and on.
You know what all the Baker bros can have in Cleveland? I hope you guys deserve each other. Go ahead and have a reunion, Baker.
Oh,
go back to Cleveland.
Oh my
Let's
goodness.
right all the wrongs.
Well,
yeah.
Okay, let's play that out because this year, let's say that the Browns quarterback situation remains the way we think it will, which is that everyone will kind of just be versions of bad, right?
Yes.
Maybe Shador's a little better. Maybe Deshaun Watson plays well for a few games, but I don't think Deshaun's lasting. Maybe Shador is great. I mean, there's a chance that could happen, right? But if it doesn't, next year they're drafting a quarterback. Baker could be out there. You could bring him in to bridge the rookie, especially if you don't get the guy who's maybe you need a guy who needs some development.
Mm-hmm.
You could bring Baker back, let him play for a couple years, let that guy sit.
Yeah. They deserve each other. Let it happen.
Sure.
Cleveland and Baker, go ahead.
How much money do you think Baker wants?
Oh God,
Clearly more than he deserves.
I mean, he's playing for what, $33 million right now. And that feels like it is so far under the market of a veteran starting quarterback in the NFL, regardless of how good they are. They're just handing out money to those guys like it's nothing. So I don't know. I mean,
He's 31. He'll be, he just turned 31. So he's got, plenty
I
of
think
time.
he's asking for $50 million. That's what someone like Jared Goff is getting right now.
Yeah, that's what I mean. The top of the market, $60 million, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Only way he's getting that is if he goes out this year and leads the Bucs to an NFC championship.
I'm saying asking for $50 million doesn't feel like an outrageous thing this day and age, which is an insane sentence. But
I know it's also insane to think that we are at a point. Because I mean, again, I'm down on Baker Mayfield more than some other people are, but
still, I think he's been fine.
No, he's fine, but
nobody's saying he's an elite quarterback.
Oh, some people.
There are people.
There are some
Who
people.
says that?
Idiots.
The Browns fans that are why did we ever bring?
Oh yeah, because compared to who we have now,
these people, I want to meet some of these.
Compared to who we have now, yeah,
that is stupid.
Overachiever of the week is coming up next. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic
from the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Hey there. Well, we are still watching a disabled vehicle for you on 71. It's that southbound direction as you're heading downtown at 17th Avenue, folks. That's right by the Ohio Expo Center. That right shoulder is blocked, and it now is causing some delays for your early Monday morning commute. The backup's now extending towards Hudson Street, the next exit over, and looking about 29 miles per hour when it comes to your speeds. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your fan traffic.
It's 2026, the year you achieve your health goals. The Good Feet store wants to help. Trade in your bad feet for good feet. We want to help you walk, run, exercise, and play in comfort this year. Visit the Good Feet store on Polaris Parkway near the Polaris Mall or on Stringtown Road in Grove City.
Get Eco.
Jerry, you're the kind of guy who likes to save money while you do good for the planet, right?
Well, that's why I invented the biodegradable doggy poop bag, Aaron. I'm ecological and economical.
Well, usually the most economical thing you can do when your air conditioner dies is get it repaired. A quick fix can give you years more service.
That sounds economical.
But with older models, those repairs can get pretty expensive, and it'll still use way more energy than a newer model does.
Which is less ecological and less economical.
Get Eco.
You see where I'm going with this, Jerry?
I sure do. As hard as it is to toss out your old AC and replace the whole thing, it could actually be cheaper in the long run.
Get Eco.
Are you really a big deal in the poop bag industry, Jerry?
The doggos love me, Aaron.
Get Eco.
Eco plumbers, electricians, and HVAC technicians. GetEco.com.
truck drivers. Don't miss out on the unmatched consistency of a Schneider driving job. With our industry-leading selection of driving options, you'll find a job with the freight, home time, and schedule you've been looking for. Plus, Schneider drivers operate state-of-the-art, well-maintained equipment and have access to award-winning benefits and a 24/7 support team. Don't wait. Find a job that offers the stability you need to fuel your career. Search jobs and apply today at SchneiderJobs.com. That's SchneiderJobs.com.
Whoa, what's all this? These screens, the food?
All for the game, bro.
Dude, let us pitch in.
No need. I've got it all covered. With T-Mobile, I'm saving $1,000 bundling my wireless and internet.
No way. Really?
Yep, and the price of my plan won't change for 5 years.
Wow, I'm definitely switching to T-Mobile.
Goal!
Here's to score big with T-Mobile. Families save up to $1,000 a year when they bundle fast, easy to set up, all-in 5G home internet with 4 phone lines on Experience Beyond. And your plan price? Guaranteed for 5 years. Stay connected con tu gente and catch every match with T-Mobile. Join now at T-Mobile.com. Price guarantee on talk, tax, and data. Exclusions like taxes and fees apply. Savings based on third line free via monthly bill credits. Internet discount with $15 in monthly bill credits and auto-pay discount. Qualifying credit required. Credits may take up to 2 bill cycles and will stop if you cancel any lines or change plans.
Experience the adrenaline of Barrett-Jackson in Columbus, Ohio, June 25th to 27th. See hundreds of no-reserve collector cars cross the auction block, interactive sponsor displays, and a wide selection of food and drinks. It's an exciting, high-octane event for fans of all ages. Tickets on sale now at barrett-jackson.com.
Are you ready to tackle those home projects? With a home equity loan from CME Federal Credit Union, you get an introductory 3.99% APR for 12 months to make those upgrades happen. From patios to paint jobs, your home's next chapter starts at CME. Visit CMEFCU.org.
Feeling stressed or overwhelmed? Not sure how to get the mental health help you need? We've got your back. Call the Mental Health Insurance Assistance Office at 855-438-6442. We'll help you figure out what mental health benefits may be in your health plan. No more confusion, just the support you deserve. Call the Mental Health Insurance Assistance Office at 855-438-6442.
Build your cybersecurity skills and prep for thousands of open positions employers are desperate to fill. Attend classes live online or on campus. Go to mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation today. Financial aid is available to those who qualify.
Rothman and Ice.
In or out on dating somebody taller than you?
My ego wouldn't be bruised walking into places and people saying your girlfriend's so much taller than you. I don't care.
Rothman and Ice. Weekdays at noon.
Sponsored by Pella Columbus.
The Fan.
The Fan Poll is sponsored by JT's Pizza and Pub, home of award-winning pizza and $2 tall boys. All day, every day.
One of these men was prom king. The other is Tyvis. You're listening to T-Bone and Tyvis.
Okay, we're getting updates here in the studio about something that I would like. I don't understand what's happening. So, Tyvis Powell is on paternity leave with the baby Tsunami being born last week, almost a week old.
That's right.
Tomorrow. Tsunami has been on planet Earth for about a week now. And so, obviously mom and dad and the kids are all, dealing with a new baby in the house, all that stuff. Tyvis has been chomping at the bit to get on the air because even last week, Dylan, he was texting us being like, I can't believe all this news broke because the Myles Garrett trade happened. He's not here, right? Like that's clearly Tyvis being involved with the Browns. He has thoughts on that. And so he's like, I can't believe all this big news is breaking while I'm off the air. And I said, well, you're welcome to call whenever, but you're on leave. You don't have to do any of that. So we had set it up tomorrow, supposedly.
Allegedly.
7:30. We had said, how about you call in? If you want to call in, if you can't make it because of family and all that, we get it. But if you want to call in, you can call whenever you want. He said 7:30 is the time. And I said, great. So now Fish just busts in the door, like the Kool-Aid man with the pineapples.
Oh, yeah.
He just popped in here, and he's like, Tyvis was just on with Morning Juice, which, of course, Morning Juice is on 6 to 8 a.m. on YouTube. You can go find that alongside our stream, just either one of them. They're both on at the same time. And today, I believe... Justin Zwick I saw is here, so Jay-Z's over there with them.
Yeah, with Tito.
I assume Tito is in. Yeah, okay. I didn't see if it was Tito or Bobby or who else was there. I didn't know who had the day off. But so they're over there doing their thing. And then Fish just pops in and is like, oh, yeah, Tyvis popped in on their show. And I'm like, that's great. That's fine. Let him live. Love Morning Juice.
No,
but
it's not.
Yeah, I'm offended.
Tyvis, we had it set up for you to come on. I didn't want to, like, push and prod for you to come on here, but, like, you wanted to come on tomorrow. Like,
you know what?
This is T-Bone and Tyvis.
Right. This is
You
your
choose
show.
to do the other show.
You know what, Joshua?
Before you come here while you're on leave.
I don't think it should be anymore. I don't think that should be the name of the show anymore.
Wow.
You know what?
That's strong, Bill.
I'm upset.
You're upset.
I'm pretty upset about that too.
I feel betrayed, Bone. I don't know why you're taking the high road.
No, that is betrayal.
Well, what I'm saying, I don't know if it's betrayal, but what it is like, I don't understand the, like, if you want to come on today, you could have come on today. I was saying, like, you can come on whenever you want to, but we get told all the time around here, got a vertical tease and horizontal tease and diagonal tease. You got to tell people what you're doing. So I thought, let's give it a day. So now we know. We'll set up. Tyvis is going to be on tomorrow. And so then we had it all set up.
Nah.
And now he's on with Juice.
On Wednesday, he's going to be on WNCI. I'm convinced of it.
He'll be on with David Jimmy. It's exactly what he's
got.
No
loyalty.
Exactly what he's. I know it. This is yes. And
That's
then,
really sick out of him, though. It's sick behavior. No, because you were so thirsty to do something during the time where you're supposed to be with your family.
He's not supposed to do any of this.
On leave.
We're allowing him to take whatever time he wants.
That you would circumvent and go behind your own damn show.
Yes,
to get on air,
just to be, because he has to be on the air
for 10 minutes.
Just saying.
How's it going?
I don't know. I have to go check out Morning Juice's feed to find out what he said.
And now it's time to highlight someone who's better than us in every single way. Meet our overachiever of the week.
Sponsored by Columbus Worthington Air, your trusted experts in air conditioning and heating 7 days a week.
By the way, Joshua, what does your July look like now? Are you a free? Would you like to hang out in July too?
Absolutely. Why
August?
not?
Okay. Yeah. That was extended.
What's your football schedule like? Just get it all out there.
Well, if you know what, if you could work like Monday through Thursday,
Can you give me a
Tyvis
Comrex?
maybe could come in on Fridays.
I'm putting the Comrex on the road. And we'll just do it from a hotel room.
Show's called T-Bone and Tyvis. What are you
Call
doing
in
here?
No. Just go to
Doesn't
the
want
other
to call
one.
in here.
It's okay.
That's good. All right, so my overachiever of the week is going to be, and I'm not a fan of the Vegas Golden Knights. I don't want to see their spoiled-ass fan base win a Stanley Cup again, but I got to acknowledge greatness when I see it. Braden McNabb hit in the face in Game 2 with a puck going, God knows, 85 miles an hour. I don't know how fast it was going. Hit him right in the face. He had 25 to 30 stitches below his nose, went up the right side of it and across the bridge of his nose, okay? So, can't breathe out of the nose when you get it busted like that with a puck. So he left Game 2 because of that injury, went to the hospital. They didn't say anything about what he's going to do Game 3. What did he do? Showed up wearing a cage on the mask, logged 35 minutes and 47 seconds of ice time in what ended up being a double overtime win as the Knights took the lead in that best-of-7 series 2-1. Game 4 is tomorrow night on ABC. But he went out and played with a busted face for 30, not just a little bit. He was out there contributing, being a part of things. Braden McNabb, tough as nails. Hockey players, tough as nails. Overachiever of the week.
Can I ask a couple follow-ups real quick? So,
sure.
in the world of hockey, and this is the question coming from my ignorance, so excuse me here, but in the world of hockey, what level of name is that? Is he?
Oh, he's a good defenseman. Yeah, solid player.
Recognizable for hockey fans?
Yeah, I would say
broadly,
so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because to me, this is an insane thing to do. Because the other part we're not talking about is you take a puck to the face at, 87 miles an hour?
Whatever, I said 85.
Right.
Just guessing.
No.
It was decent. Yeah, I mean.
Concussion.
Oh, probably.
And then you turn around and play. So we're going to be punch drunk when we're 45 years old. Is it worth it? These guys they're cut from a different cloth.
Cut from it, absolutely right. No. Like the CTE, he and Cam Scatterboo are going to be chewing on crayons
they're
eventually.
Going to be in the same home together.
But he, for now, is out there. Let him live.
Let him live.
Right. Your overachiever of the week, Josh.
Well, I'm going to go with a group of people here. It's the workers, the volunteers, the grounds crew over at the memorial.
Absolutely.
Muirfield Village, first off, the storm that they dealt with, that suspended play Saturday night was insane. And I went back Sunday, and you could look at the rest of Muirfield and Dublin, and there was debris everywhere and like trees down in people's yards and all kinds of crazy stuff. That course looked pristine. It looked amazing. They got that thing ready to go. But that whole week in general, and all of the things that everybody does to get that rocking and rolling, I was out there for 4 straight days. It was phenomenal. It is first class. The hospitality is amazing. So I wanted to shout out all those people there.
Very good call there. Dylan, your overachiever of the week.
On a similar note, I'm just making mine JT Poston, who won the Memorial yesterday. I learned from Jacob Reimer, the producer of the Buckeye Show, that he needed to win yesterday in order to avoid playing in a U.S. Open qualifier today. That would have been 36 holes after he played 33 holes yesterday.
Wow. Yeah, that's right. I forgot.
So
they mentioned that on the broadcast, but that's
so if he would have,
I didn't realize it was 2 rounds of 18.
Yes. So if he would have blown the lead, he would have had to play 69 holes of golf in a 2-day span.
Wow.
If he wanted to qualify for the U.S. Open.
Well, that's the big if, right?
Yeah.
It's like if that he wouldn't. No one's out there with a gun like, get out there. Like, it's just, if you want to play at the U.S. Open, which is obviously, I'm sure he does. But yeah, that's a much easier way to go about it. If you can just win the Memorial, shake Jack's hand, and then know, all right, now I can prepare for the U.S. Open. Not have to play 36 holes today, but a lot of golfers are, because they go right back out there and have to go qualify. So let them live. That's a tough deal for sure. All right, when we come back, a former Buckeye has some thoughts on the Myles Garrett trade. Details next. It's T-Bone and Tyvis on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Boy, we got a lot of people heading downtown right now, especially coming in from the east side 70 and that westbound direction at Kelton Avenue. Right before that 70 and 71 split, just getting a little bit slower than usual right now. So just a heads up there. Before our friends on that western outer belt, especially over by Hilliard, looking nice and smooth when it comes to your roads this morning, especially on 270 from 33 to Roberts Road. It will only take you about 6 minutes, 2 minutes though, from Roberts Road to 70. I'm 10 TV's Karina Albizu with your fan traffic.
Hey Central Ohio, Andrew from Home Team Solutions, and we buy houses for cash. If you've got a house you need to sell, this is your season. Inherited, behind on payments, just over it? Whatever brought you here, we can help. We buy as is, we cover all closing costs, and there are 0 commissions, period. Just a fair cash offer, and you choose your closing date. People are making moves right now, and we make it simple to be one of them. One call is all it takes. We'll get you a fair cash offer, fast, no pressure, no obligation. Hundreds of your neighbors have already sold the easy way, and we've got 5-star reviews and BBB A+ rating to back it up. Take what you want, leave what you don't. We're based right here in Columbus, and we're ready when you are. Call us at 614-962-SELL. That's 614-962-7355 or visit selltohometeam.com. Home Team Solutions, local, trusted, family owned. Call 614-962-SELL. That's 614-962-7355.
If you don't have Friday, June 12th circled on your calendar, get out a marker, circle that 12. Hollywood Casino Columbus is the place to be. Scotty Vegas here, and we're going to be cheering on Team USA in the sportsbook with a big watch party at 9 o'clock. Contest, prizes, plus the all-new Hollywood Casino Columbus Hotel grand opening is June 12th. Brett Michaels Live, fireworks, swag, food trucks, and our watch party. Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-589-9966.
This is Gordon Miller for Miller Lending, the original home of the no-cost mortgage. As a third-generation family-owned business, I learned early on the importance of relationships and always looking out for the best interest of the consumer. So back in 1987, I witnessed firsthand how closing costs worked and did not like what I saw. Averaging upwards of $15,000, the cost of refinancing was so high, it prevented borrowers from lowering their payment, while the cash to close on a purchase was doubled. That's insane. So 39 years ago, I developed a loan option without any cost at all. Instead of using your money, we used the lender's money. The result? A zero closing cost mortgage. Fast forward to today, and we've now saved consumers over $500 million in needless fees. So before you hand your money over to your lender, call Miller Lending and see why a no-cost loan is right for you. 877-9-NO-COST, or simply apply online at nocostmortgage.com. Miller Lending is an equal housing lender and MLS number 250-2146.
This wasn't how Patrick pictured himself in retirement. Instead of playing golf every day, he could barely walk because of his severe knee pain.
It hampered everything because it hurt to walk around the golf course. It hurt to swing, just pretty much hurt doing anything.
But the groundbreaking regenerative treatments at QC Kinetics changed everything for Patrick. QC Kinetics uses your body's own healing properties to help repair and restore damaged tissue in your knees, hips, back, and shoulders. No surgery, no drugs, no downtime.
The turnaround's been amazing from where I was to where I am now. I'm gone from a 15 handicap down to a 7 handicap. That's because my knees allow me to play golf like I haven't been able to play probably in 15 years.
Don't let joint pain keep you from doing what you love. Call QC Kinetics today for your complimentary consultation.
Call QC Kinetics, 380-208-4544. That's 380-208-4544. 380-208-4544.
Fall is the season of change, and Hinderer Motor Company is turning over a new leaf with big savings. This is Justin Hinderer. Right now, any one of our participating locations is paying up to $3,500 over Kelley Blue Book value. That's right. Drive in your current vehicle and leaf with one of ours today. Don't wait. The leaves are falling and so are the prices. At Hinderer Motor Company, we love what moves you.
Welcome back to What Is That Thing? Today our guest is
Dr. Melvin Parsbrucker. I invented the sump pump.
Ah, the sump pump. I've heard Apex pros talk about those.
Yes, the pros who knows are true experts in sump pumpology.
So, Doctor, what is that thing?
You see, a sump pump is a device designed to pump out sump.
Sump?
For the pump.
You say the pumps?
Sump.
Sump. And what exactly is sump?
It's what gets pumped.
I want to be sure I'm hearing you right. Sump?
Sump.
And that's what gets
pumped. Look, maybe Apex Pros can explain it at your level.
Well, Apex Pros says some pumps are made to keep groundwater from accumulating and flooding your basement, especially this time of year with the big spring rains and the uniquely shallow water table in and around Franklin County. A simple sump pump can protect your home from tens of thousands of dollars in damage.
It's made to sump the pump.
Of course.
No doubt about it. Columbus loves Apex Pros. The pros who knows. ApexPros.com.
Broadcasting live from the McDaniel GM Superstore Studios. Driving excellence since 1916. Chevrolet. Together, let's drive. WBNS HD1 Columbus.
Good morning, I'm Dylan Gonzalez. JT Poston is your 2026 Memorial Tournament winner after a wild Sunday at Muirfield Village. Poston built a 4-shot lead on Sunday, but he still needed 2 playoff holes to hold off Ryan Gerard to get the win at Jack's Place. With the victory, Poston earned a spot in the U.S. Open and avoids having to play in golf's longest day today. On the diamond, the Cleveland Guardians dropped 2 out of 3 to the Texas Rangers over the weekend after being shut out 10-0 yesterday. They'll start a series at home versus the Yankees tonight with first pitch at 6:40. And the Cincinnati Reds got swept by the Cardinals, losing the series finale 5-3 yesterday in St. Louis. They'll start a series in San Diego tonight with coverage starting just after 9 o'clock right here on The Fan. This update is sponsored by Awaken 180 Weight Loss. Take strokes off your game by taking pounds off your frame with Awaken 180 Weight Loss results this summer. The solution for weight loss. Visit awaken180weightloss.com. Breaking sports news when it happens right here on The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Tyvis is drinking a protein shake for breakfast. T-Bone is eating a protein donut, minus the protein. And it's more than one donut. You're listening to T-Bone and Tyvis.
Well, if your air conditioner never seems to turn off, the reason for that could be just because it's warm out. It's going to be hot again today. But also because your worn out windows, they could be letting some of that cold air that you are making with your air conditioner out of your house. Then you're paying more for it. Your windows aren't getting the job done. And maybe you started noticing this is a problem anyway. When you go to open the windows, they just don't work the way they used to. It may be time to replace your old drafty windows, and that can help you save on your energy bill. You can do that now with Window Nation. With Window Nation's Buy 4 Windows, Get 4 free sale. It's going on now. Replace all the windows in your home and get half of them for free. Plus, you could get 0 down payment, no payments or interest for 2 years. And with Window Nation, they have an A+ rating for the Better Business Bureau, a 50-point inspection on every window before it leaves the factory. And their installation crews, when they come out, they know what they're doing. They will get the job done in one day, and they can install these windows properly because most of their crews that come out on average, have over 15 years of experience. So that's a pretty cool thing that they've got there. You can find out more from Window Nation now. Schedule your free consultation at windownation.com. Again, buy 4 windows, get 4 free sale going on now from Window Nation. Again, at windownation.com. So we have got former Buckeye talking about the Myles Garrett trade. That, of course, would be a former Buckeye who plays for the Browns in Denzel Ward. Do we have this audio, Dylan, of Denzel Ward talking about this?
Yeah.
All right, let's play it. Let's hear what he had to say.
Yeah, I definitely still want to be here. Like I said, Myles is a good friend of mine, a great teammate, and but things aren't lost. It's Ohio against the world, and so people could doubt us, but we going out there still trying to play our best ball and bring wins to this city.
All right, that's good. So he says he doesn't hold it against Myles Garrett for wanting to go, but also he wants to be here. Good to hear. Do you? Go ahead, Joshua. I'm sorry.
No, there's not much. My only thing is I hate the Ohio against the world thing when it's the Cleveland Browns. Like, it doesn't really hit the same for me when it's the Cleveland Browns. I mean, that's really my only thing. Denzel, I guess he wants to be there. That's perfectly fine. These guys are going to talk themselves into the fact that we're going to go out there. We're going to give it the whole college try. That's perfectly fine for me too. Like, all of this is just fine. It is what it is.
I genuinely wonder. I mean, you were a professional athlete. You played and sat in these locker rooms. How difficult is it, like going from the Buckeyes, where it's like pretty much every year you had an idea that you were going to be one of the top few teams in the country, 3 or 4 teams. You knew every year you were expected to compete for a national championship. Was it, or did you have experiences being a part of professional franchises where it was like, yeah, we could win it all? And like, even as the words escape your mouth, like, I'm sure there are Browns players who are like, I mean, they see the roster,
yes.
right? They are aware of it.
Yes.
What happens in your brain when you, at least for you, when you experience some of that?
I'll tell you the 2 most difficult things that I dealt with when I became a professional was the idea of it being a job in a business. That harms your ability to have fun to a certain level. And then this idea of all I knew was winning in college, and winning was the expectation, and even one loss was going to set the world on fire. And I know in the NFL, teams take losses. I was on bad teams when I was in the NFL. And in the preseason and during training camp, everybody's talking themselves into, oh, man, we got Corey Legend, and we got Antonio Gates and Phillip Rivers, and like, look at all these guys that we have. Like, we have good players. We just drafted Joey Bosa, who's in my draft class. Like, this is a team that could turn things around. And then you're ass, and by week 5, you're out of it. And guys just show up, and they put the socks on, they put the cleats on, they go out to the field, they don't practice hard, and they collect a check on Tuesdays. And so maybe right now they're in the talking themselves into it phase. Everybody is undefeated right now.
Right.
Everybody feels like they can win it all right now. About 5 weeks in, they're going to have a pretty good idea of where they're at, and then you'll start to see if guys are just mailing it in. And that's what happens.
Sure. Like, I wonder this because, like, I can only speak professionally to what I do here, which is doing this radio show, right? And, like, whatever you think of our show, whatever you think of, what I do on the radio or what Joshua does on the radio or on TV or whatever, like, I think you're the same boat as me. Like, I have confidence that I can go in here for 3 hours and do a pretty, like, I can do whatever you think this is. I can do it every day. Right. I can accomplish this pretty regularly whatever the standard of stupidity is, I can hit it pretty regularly. Okay. And like, what I'm wondering is when you're an NFL player and you're in that world and you're seeing like other teams, you're out there and then you like week 1 goes and you lose by 20. And then the next week comes and yeah, it was close, but it's against an awful team. And you ended up losing by 3, even though that awful team, they're not going to win any other games, but they beat you. Like, when does it set in that it's like, oh, I can go out here and I can run around, but like, we're not winning anything. We're not doing anything well. When does it set in for the pros that like, yeah, this is not going that way. And you still have to go out and show up and do your job, but you don't have any of that motivation. Like, I could do this at a high level. Now, you're doing it kind of at like all the guys on the team just realize this is a down year for us.
It doesn't really take very long. Like I told you, we would be 4 or 5 weeks into the season, just like, well, we're not making the playoffs this year. Like,
yeah.
and guys start whispering about it. And you're never really out of it that early, but once the Whisperers start, you're pretty much done.
Yeah.
And it's a wild thing, too, because what happens is, like, there are some vets out there that are like, oh, I'm playing for my next contract, so they're playing pretty hard. There are some guys who are like, I just signed a deal. I really don't give a damn. And then those guys kind of start trying to drag other people down with them. Hey, you want to go to industry night at the strip club on Monday? And do you want to go to Hooters right after practice on Tuesday? And you just keep going down the line of things. And there are young dudes who are like trying to make it and they're trying to fit in. So they can't resist the opportunity to be out with the vets. That's not what's good for them. And so it's dragging it's a whole bad thing. And so the picture I'm trying to paint here is how bad organizations stay bad because they get into that cycle. And I'm not saying that the Browns are going to industry night at the strip club, but it feels like they have certainly been in some former fashion of this cycle of the Whispers start, the guys kind of check out, and then the bottom of the roster is not really developing the way it should. And the veterans that are safe in their roster spots aren't like, they're not doing anything to really push anybody. And that is a bad organization in a nutshell.
I do wonder about that with the Browns because I feel like there have been guys there who have been okay. When you're there for 7, 8, 9 years of this kind of performance, and I can keep getting contracts here. They'll keep paying me. I can stick around and have a long NFL career. Are we going to win anything? I mean, I can't control that. I can just do my job the best I can. I wonder if that's the same, if you go work in a regular job and you're with a startup company that's like, we're going to become the next big, like, you've heard of Netflix and you've heard of Tesla, or whatever the one is, like, we're going to be the next one of those. That group might be different than the group that's like punching a clock at the mega corporation that's been around for 100 years and just everyone's jobs are secure, but like you just go in and do your job and that's it. I wonder how many NFL teams get like the mega corporation where you're like, no matter what I do, I'm just clocking in. And how many teams are actually like, we could win the Super Bowl. We could be the next big thing. We are starting something here. And do the Browns feel like that year in, year out? Do the Bengals, for that matter, this year? Like Joe Burrow, you've done all this stuff to fix the defense. You're making all these. Bengals, I feel like in the Bengals locker room, they have way more belief that, like, if everything goes right this year, we could do something.
The Bengals issue is, like, I think the Browns, you could be like, well, don't really believe in the roster as constructed and probably don't believe in the front office right now. And there's a part of ownership I don't believe in. Yeah. The Bengals, you look at them and you're like, well, I really don't believe in the ownership. And, like, they're, in spite of them, I believe fully in that roster. And so, like, there are different issues that each organization faces as to why they can't get over the hump. Urban always used to talk about this, and it's cliche, but I think it's very true, where the best organizations in anything, business, sports, whatever, have elite levels of alignment through all of their different parts. So ownership, front office, roster, coaching, everything is fully aligned, and I think the successful teams have a lot of that.
Yeah, I think that's probably a fair point. And it's I'm meanwhile just as a Browns fan going, please this year give us something. Yeah, but we know how that's going to go. All right, the ticket prices for tonight's NBA Finals game at Madison Square Garden, they are insane. We'll talk about that next. Also, we got an update on why Tyvis was on with Morning Juice. We'll tell you about that next. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good Monday morning to you. If you are traveling downtown right now, a heads up. Definitely expect some slowdowns for you this early Monday morning. A lot more people just heading in that direction. For example, we're including 71 in that northbound direction over by Greenlawn Avenue, right before you're heading towards 315 in places like 70. That split. A very important split downtown. But at least some better news for our friends on the east side in Gahanna, traveling 270 southbound, even 670 westbound from that direction. No issues to report whatsoever. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your fan traffic.
This Hall of Fame moment takes a look at a record-setting performance from a player who'd only been in a Reds uniform for 2 months. The fans that filed into Great American Ballpark on Tuesday evening, June 6th, 2017, to see the Reds take on the St. Louis Cardinals had no idea of the offensive spectacle they were about to witness.
Jeanette jammed, he hits it out to left. That ball's going to fall. Here comes Hamilton racing around third. He's going to score.
Oh, this baby is hammered high and deep, and it is 5-0 Reds. That's a grand slam. My goodness, Scooter Jeanette. And this ball hammered into right center field, and it's a long 2-run home run Scooter Jeanette.
Ball hit down the left field line by Jeanette into the corner. That's a home run. And that is the third home run of the night for Scooter Jeanette. Line drive right field. Ball carrying well. Home run. Scooter Jeanette. Not one, not two, not three. 4 home runs tonight for Scooter Jeanette.
An offensive performance for the ages by Scooter Jeanette. First player in Major League Baseball history with 5 hits, 4 home runs, and 10 RBIs. This Hall of Fame moment is brought to you by Western and Southern Financial Group. Life insurance, retirement, and investments.
Hey, it's Anthony. Did you know that 1 in 4 men over 40 have low testosterone? They have low energy, low sex drive, low motivation, but 100% of them can get it all back at Low T Center. Low T Center is the original TRT clinic, changing lives since 2009. They can help you get your energy, focus, and sex drive back. They even work with most major insurance providers. So head to fixmylowt.com and book your free testosterone test. That's fixmylowt.com. Do it today.
Common Man and Timmy here for Hollywood Casino Columbus. Oh, Common Man, we got lots of exciting things this month.
That's right, like the grand opening of the new hotel so you can stay and play.
Plus, we got lots of great entertainment lined up now through October. We got the Hollywood Tribute Band concert series, from the timeless magic of the Beatles to the fire and swagger of Johnny Cash.
And don't forget about the $250,000 Sweet Spins drawings on Saturdays through June. You can win $250K cash or a 2-night package at the new hotel.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
The great thing about Atlas Butler is they do it all. Heating, cooling, plumbing. Look, I'm busy with work. I don't have time to wait around or deal with lots of people. One company, one call, and they do it all. Wonder if they'll clean out my inbox. Seriously, offer that service. Please.
Atlas Butler is at your service. Call 1-800-FURNACE.
Now is a great time to schedule a back-to-school dental appointment. Dr. Kyle Bogan, president of the Ohio Dental Association, is here to tell us more.
Your child's teeth and gums need the right food, nutrition, and vitamins to grow strong and stay healthy. Help them maintain good oral health by brushing every morning and night, flossing, visiting the dentist twice a year, and developing good eating habits. As kids head back to school, it's important to know that foods and drinks high in sugar, acidity, and other cavity-promoting substances are often low in nutritional value and have the potential to create plaque capable of damaging tooth enamel. A back-to-school dental appointment can diagnose any potential problems and improve your child's oral health. Ohio Dental Association member dentists are located throughout the state, are dedicated to providing the highest quality dental care, are bound by the highest ethical standards, and obtain superior ongoing education and training. Ask if your dentist is a member of the Ohio Dental Association so you know you're being treated by the very best. To find an ODA dentist in your area, visit oda.org.
Bo Bishop and Dom Taberry. Dom remembers when Bo was a young whippersnapper, and Bo remembers when Dom wasn't part ape.
And then Yolanda one time wanted to wax my knuckles.
Tuesdays with Taberry.
Sponsored by Green & Sons.
Tuesdays at 10:30 on The Fan. Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
We have a quiet but warm start to our day out there. Partly cloudy skies for your Monday. A stray shower or storm is possible this afternoon into the evening. Otherwise, it's going to be a warm afternoon. Highs in the upper 80s. For Tuesday, few showers and storms out there as well. Could be a couple of local downpours too. Humid with highs in the lower 80s. For The Fan, I'm 10 Weather Impact meteorologist Justin Gertz.
We test marketed naming the show A Guy and His Butlers.
Oh, that is very touching.
But we thought Bishop and Friends had a better ring to it.
Weekday mornings at 9.
The Fan. All of the hair on their heads is slowly migrating to the lower part of their faces. And tracking. This is T-Bone and Tyvis.
All right, so we were getting to the bottom of what Tyvis Powell was doing on Morning Juice. He went and decided to go on the other show instead of the one that has his name on it. And he said that he was doing cross promotion. He was promoting the Fan 5K, which is June 20th.
Yes.
Going to be a great event.
They've got Otterbein University.
That's right. Mile run. They've got a 5K, a 9.71 K run. And then, of course, Tyvis is going to be doing a 40-yard dash. And if you have heard this man, Tyvis, talk about it, he believes with his whole heart, which I believe he does believe this, that he's going to run a 4.46. He has been on his treadmill. He said he's hydrating. He's cross-training on his Peloton. He does not stretch. And
why does he not stretch?
Well,
you know what his phrase is about
he
that?
said, does a lion stretch before it goes?
Does a cheetah stretch? Yeah, that's
cheetahs
exactly.
don't stretch.
Cheetahs don't stretch is what he said on this show. Yeah.
Which is fine. I've got concerns because first off, Tyvis Powell does not know what it feels like for 260 pounds to be moving like that, which is where he's at right now.
Right.
So
that's so wow.
That's
true. Yeah.
That's going to be a little bit of a problem. And I don't know the last time, and he can jump in the chat and defend himself. I don't know the last time this man would have actually run at full speed. Like that's an underrated thing that as a non-athlete now that I think about all the time, there's no reason in the real world to run at full speed. And so all of his muscles are very used to like not lengthening the way that they would need to lengthen to be able to run. I'm predicting that Tyvis will be in a wheelchair the Monday after that event because all of the muscles are going to blow up in his legs.
That is a hot take. I like it. Tomorrow's Hot Take Tuesday, by the way. And Tyvis supposedly is going to join us at 7:30 just to promote the race. Nothing else, apparently. But that's if he doesn't bump us for Dave and Jimmy. Dave and Jimmy and then us, I guess. I don't know how that's going to work. But
yeah. Man.
But no, let's, the race, if you want to sign up for it, it's 971therace.com. You can sign up for the 1 mile run, the 5K, or by the way, the 1 mile run is the Common Man Mile presented by Rose Pest Solutions. Shout out to them. Tyvis is doing the 40-yard dash presented by Logan Services. And then I and others will be running the 5K. There is the 9.71K, which is basically like 6 miles. Anyway, it's all at Otterbein. It starts at 8 a.m. on Saturday, June 20th. So hopefully we'll see you there. But get registered now, 971therace.com for that. The prices to get in for tonight's NBA Finals Game 3 are insane. Get in the door price that I saw as of yesterday for Game 3, just to be at the game, $9,257. That price may have gone up since I last saw it yesterday because this is the Knicks going back to the finals for the first time in 25 years. And obviously they have a 2-0 lead now. If you missed that, they won after Victor Wembanyama had an awful play in game 2 where he tried to, it was a tie game. Were they down one or was it tied? When he threw that pass, where he basically got the rebound, the Knicks had missed their shot, and all his teammates start running up the floor, and he throws the ball right into Stephen Castle's back. And
was it down one? I can't remember.
Yeah, but either way, like, hit him in the back. Brunson jumps on it, grabs the ball. Then Wemby fouls him. A terrible little sequence that then basically lost the game for the Spurs. Still had a chance to win it, missed the shot at the end. But, yeah, the point being, this is now a 2-0 lead going back to New York. Knicks fans are feeling it.
It was a tie ball game. By the way.
Tie game, okay, with like 12 seconds left. So they could have held for the game-winning shot potentially at home. Now they're down 2-0, and they're going to New York where you know that crowd is going to be insane. But clearly all the fans are realizing we have a chance to go see possibly, well, either this. Tonight is going to be the first NBA Finals game in 25 years in New York, right?
Yes.
Then if they win it tomorrow, or not tomorrow, when would that next game be? Wednesday? That could be Game 4 could seal it for them. And I'm sure the ticket prices for Game 4 as of right now, get in the door price, $13,000.
Jeez, oh, Pete.
It does suck for the longtime Knicks fans who are just like, I want to go. I have season tickets. I wonder this. I wonder if you're a lifelong fan of the Knicks and let's say you have season tickets up in the nosebleeds, and I'm sure those are not cheap. It's Madison Square Garden.
Right.
But if you have seasons and you had an opportunity and you bought finals tickets, and let's say, I don't know, you paid $1,500 for the pair of tickets, right? Maybe that's what it costs. I don't even know. If you got people now telling you, I will pay you $10,000 or more for one of your tickets, let alone both of them, like, as a diehard Knicks fan, are you parting with? I mean, you could make 15 or 20 grand on your tickets.
And I get. I don't know. I get what you're talking about. I absolutely get what you're talking about. They might not even win the game.
I know.
Yeah, you just gonna be in the building, and then you had the opportunity to sell the tickets, and you could have made 20 grand, and then they end up losing that one, and then you're gonna be like, I don't know. I would get rid of them. I would go to whatever watch parties there are. I would go to the parade afterward, but I need that money. That's too much money to pass up.
In this specific case, there's games 3 and 4. I'm not going to one of them. I'm selling one of them. At least one of them. I'll sell my game 3 ticket and go to game 4.
You're right. You could go to game 4 and then make the money off. That's a fair point. That's a very fair point. Now, let's say that it was a different scenario. And maybe we got to find a fan poll today, brought to you by JT's Pizza Pub. Maybe this could be a version of the fan poll is if your team made it to the championship for the first time in your lifetime. Well, this is too long of a question, but like,
it is.
Would you sell these tickets if you had someone offering you $10,000 or more for tickets? Like, would you? Maybe that's the question: is if you had tickets to a championship game and were being offered more than $10,000 a seat, would you sell?
And you're saying you would not.
I'm saying it would. I'm saying I would. Trust me, I could use the $10,000. Everybody could.
Boy.
But I don't know when you're going to get that chance again.
I don't know when I'm going to get the chance to shake ass in St. Bart's. I'm taking that $20,000 and I'm hopping on the plane. I'll be down there in the Caribbean on the beach. I'll be drinking umbrella drinks.
I know what you're saying.
Come on now.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah. Get down there to the beach. And you know what? You can celebrate.
That's
Maybe
right.
the team will be there to celebrate. They might celebrate there and you might run into it there. Now, that's the real thing. That's exactly right. Sell your tickets and find out where the after party is and go there.
I'm
and
gone.
Go hang. Yeah. Now, that's a solid point. I don't know, Dylan, can we work that into a fan poll? Like, would you sell your tickets if you were getting $10,000 or more for a championship game?
Yeah, I think we could do that.
I'm still guessing most people would say, yeah, because it's $10,000. And I'm thinking of it as a Browns fan. Like if I had tickets to a Super Bowl where the Browns are in the Super Bowl and have a chance to win it, and let's say I had them through like normal means where I just was able to get them at face value, like a few $100 a piece, let's say.
Mm-hmm.
And then you know what those tickets will be like. If the Browns ever make the Super Bowl, it will be people in Cleveland who have no business doing this, mortgaging their house, draining the college fund, whatever they have to do to get to that game. And I'm saying you could probably, I don't know if it'd be $10,000 a ticket, but you could probably make thousands of dollars off of those tickets if you had them. But again, I'm 43 years old. I've never seen the Browns in a Super Bowl. If that happened at some point in the next 5 or 10 years, do I know if I'm getting another one of those?
I get it.
Like, I mean, and if you're a Knicks fan, you've obviously seen some really good teams in the last 25 years, but they've never gotten to this point. Are you ever going to see this again? You don't know.
So Hadley Ray in the chat brings up a good question. What is a lifetime memory worth? And my personal answer to that is I played football. I had 6 concussions. I'm going to be in a home. I've got mashed potatoes up there already. By the time I'm 50, I'll have pudding in my brain. I'm not going to remember it. So you know what? I'll take the money now because the memory's going to be gone later.
All right,
that's right.
Yeah. To respond to the same guy after that, he says, "Not everybody needs $10,000." Well, I need $10,000.
Well, you know what? Here's the other thing. Nobody needs $1 billion, but everybody wants money. They want more money, right? Like it's not about what you need. I want the money.
No, don't get me wrong. Like like I'm at a point in life where if I had an extra $10,000, I know exactly where it would go. I have plenty of things I could do with it. But it's not as if I didn't get that money, like, I don't know how my family will not be able to live. You know, like we'd be fine. I'm saying if you're not in desperate situations where you absolutely need $10,000, but we're still all at a place where like 10,000 would be a good thing. Like, I get why it would be a struggle. I'm just saying too, like, and I think it also depends on your team. Like, if you're asking me, would I sell tickets to go see Ohio State in a national championship game? Like, if I had regular tickets to a national championship game with Ohio State in it, and I was getting $10,000 a piece for those, I'd probably be more interested in hearing that, because I've witnessed multiple Ohio State championships, and I know they're probably getting back again. I could invest that money, wait until the next one, and then make a profit on the money and go back again.
Right.
I'm saying if you're a fan of, like, the Knicks in this case haven't been in 25 years. They haven't won one in 50 years. If you are a Browns fan, you've not seen one since there were Super Bowls, and we're now to 60 of those. I think it's a different thing. So I think it depends someone on your team as well. All right, we are going to hit little thing that we do with Joshua Perry every single week. He is here this week, obviously, but we're going to do the breakdown with Joshua Perry And what specific topic? Usually we hit on football things, but what are we going to hit on in this week's breakdown segment? We're
going to venture into a Caitlin Clark conversation.
All right.
CC.
Look at that. Caitlin Clark. 2 minutes away. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Hey there. Well, still no crashes to report for you on this Monday morning, and that's the case for around the metro. But we are getting a little bit slower, I gotta say, traveling from the north side to downtown, taking 315. So starting off from 270 to Bethel Road, about a 3-minute commute. Then it gets a little bit slower towards Lane Avenue, about 4 minutes out there, and especially over from Lane Avenue to 670, it's a lot slower, folks. Take it easy and just go slow. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your fan traffic.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. If you've ever had somebody do work at your house, it's annoying as crap, at least to me, when someone shows up to your house that you never met, you've never worked with, and you didn't hire to do the job. Subcontractors, I understand why they exist, but for me, I want to work with a company that's going to bring people who know what they're doing, who are trained by the company to put their product in. On time, on budget, no surprises at the end. That's what Baths R Us does every single time. These folks started in Ohio and grew by word of mouth because they do it right the first time. And the big difference with them, they have local crews. They never sub out the work. The people who show up to your door, they're trained by Baths R Us. They're actually employees of the company, not some random crew they hired last week. Whether you need a safer bathroom to stay independent or you just want a space that you're proud of, they build it to last. That's Baths R Us. Call them today and see what it's like to work with people who actually keep their promises. Kind of a rare thing these days. Call them today, 380-225-BATH. That's 380-225-BATH. Baths R Us. Bathrooms you can trust. Call now.
Got this. Breathe. You got this. You got this.
In the moments that truly matter, what do? Rise to the occasion. Ohio Health. It's time.
T-Bone and Tyvis is sponsored by Capital Ford of Columbus. Find your dream ride and get approved fast at capitalfordofcolumbus.com. Tyvis says that in all his years being in football locker rooms, he never once looked at another man's junk. He cannot say the same thing about working at this radio station. You're listening to T-Bone and Tyvis.
All right, NBA Finals Game 3 tonight. Excited about that. Stanley Cup Finals Game 4. Is that right? Tomorrow night, I believe is where we're at on that 2-1 lead for Vegas, if I'm not mistaken. Braden McNabb, we talked about him earlier, playing with a busted face. Got out there with the cage on. Maybe the Jackets can find their way back in the Stanley Cup playoffs. Maybe they can get Dylan Larkin. We talked about that. We talked about all kinds of other possibilities with the Jackets. What other kind of crap did we talk about? Oh, we talked about the Memorial. We recapped some of that.
We sure did.
If you missed any of it, you can get our podcast wherever you get podcasts. Just search T-Bone and Tyvis. Joshua Perry is in for Tyvis this week. Tyvis being on paternity leave. But you can hear all the episodes of T-Bone and Tyvis right now, wherever you get podcasts. It's all brought to you by our friends at Capital Ford of Columbus. So add that to your favorite podcast app. Make sure that you get it on there, get subscribed, liked, followed, whatever you have to do on yours. Then every single day you get it to your device free of charge. So that's good. We have actually TJ sends me messages from time to time on social media about stuff on the show. I always get them at like 2 p.m.
Yeah.
Or like 3 in the afternoon because she's listening on the West Coast and she sends us messages about what's going on in the show when she podcasts it. So if you're a podcaster, we appreciate you just as much as our listeners who are in here live. Thank you all for listening to this show. Now let's get to the breakdown.
Buckeyes, the Big Ten, and the rest of college football. We tackle it all in a breakdown with Joshua Perry.
So, it's actually Big Ten related, but it's not football related.
That is correct.
Caitlin Clark, alumni of the Big Ten.
Yes.
But you had some thoughts on this most recent development with her where, man, she's been all over the media the last week or so. Not by her own choosing necessarily.
No. So Bill Plaschke wrote the column in the LA Times, "Why Need Caitlin Clark's Tired Antics Need to End." And that was the headline there. And it got a lot of reaction. And one person quote tweeted it, and this is what made me think about it, and said, "I've never seen an athlete in my life get more opinion articles written about them. It's unbelievable." And so you get into this whole Caitlin Clark thing. And so the background on it, she hasn't necessarily played all that well this year. And I put in the text that I sent to you guys, like some of her stat lines look like tour dates, right? 4 for 14 April 14th, right? Like,
I got to tell you, did you come up with that?
No, this is a thing that like, basketball people like to say.
I don't know why I've never heard that. I've never heard that.
Phrase.
Looks like tour dates.
Yes.
So it's like 4 for 14.
Yes, and that was like a legitimate stat
9
line
of 23. Yeah, exactly right.
Just not
awesome.
good. And so there's that part of it. There's the other part where I think there's a reckoning that's probably going to have to happen with the Fever, where she certainly is being asked to play in a way that maybe doesn't highlight her best attributes. And it's a good system. It's a system they won with where when she was hurt last year. But do you have to trade her at some point? Because you're kind of wasting some of what she does best. So there's all of that. And then it's led to this reaction of the system not working and her not playing well, to everybody hyper-focusing on every mannerism that she has. And it feels to me like a lot of people never actually watched her in college. Because
I would agree with that.
She always got on officials.
Always.
She was always yapping at a coach. She always had poor body language with teammates. Like, she has always been somebody whose disposition is just unpleasant to watch. She's like, this is not a knock on her game. She just doesn't look like a pleasant teammate to be around. And people are writing about it now. And I think this idea that she's had the most opinion articles written about her is insane, because then I think about other athletes, and like we could go through, people wrote about LeBron and Kobe and like all the different things. Luka, they have talked about Luka in every way you could talk about an athlete, from his game to his weight to everything else.
Yeah.
But then you get to female athletes, and I grew up in an era where I watched crazy articles about Serena Williams. And
yes.
You had editorial cartoons that characterized her in ways that you shouldn't characterize black women.
Yeah,
and then you've got Simone Biles, who they wrote about. They said crazy things about her when she had the twisties, which is like a real thing that affects gymnasts.
What the twisties is like when
you cannot feel where you're at in the air,
which would be scary. I would think.
And it creates this mental block. It's like the yips.
Yeah. Right.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
I mean, I vaguely remember when she went through that, but like that.
But then they're like, oh, she's a selfish teammate. She's taking up space on the Olympics. Like, just all these different things that came out. Sha'Carri Richardson, who's been through a lot, is one of my favorite athletes to watch, but she's loud and she wears wigs and she has nails, and people wrote about that, which I think is, once again, and then you get to Angel Reese and some of the things that have come out. And I think there's a common thread with those women, that they're black women. And I think we have, as a society, just gotten used to being able to talk about them in a certain way. And I think a lot of people are seeing Caitlin Clark being treated like that, and it's a little bit foreign to them. And so these conversations around her are some of the most intriguing things in like sports media and kind of like media adjacent conversations, because she is a one of a kind, like a superstar that came on to the scene. And then we saw maybe her look human as a player. And then we started to see what she was actually like as a teammate and somebody that had to be coached and officiated. And it's not always pleasant. And now we get all of the reactions to it. And this little domino effect to me has been amazing to watch.
Yeah, I can see that. I definitely didn't connect that what you were talking about, but that makes a lot of sense. Honestly, I feel like the way we talk about athletes, there are athletes where they have to, it feels like, be talked about from a standpoint of earning a right to eventually get to brand level. And then there are athletes who just get brand level right away.
Yep.
And then that becomes an easier way for people to say, oh, wait, no, not as good as you think. I think a prime example of this would be LeBron.
Sure.
LeBron coming out of high school with multiple Sports Illustrated covers before he ever donned an NBA uniform. So from the moment he got to the NBA, it was LeBron is that dude. He had on his back Chosen One, like,
Which is
all
crazy.
the King James stuff, right?
Yes.
Like sitting there with a scepter in his Akron St. Vincent St. Mary
Which
uniform.
I love.
Yeah, of course, man. And he was like, were all those premonitions on his greatness wrong? No. Like, everyone was pretty much spot on. Like, this dude is going to be the deal. And he's only delivered that. Now, is he the greatest of all time? Have that debate all you want. No doubt he lived up to the potential. Sebastian Telfair would love to have had the same thing. If you're saying who exactly, like, there were other guys who were anointed in high school and never lived up to it for whatever reason. So like LeBron, when he became anointed at 19 years old as the greatest and like the best, and this guy is the future, everyone immediately had license to be like, oh, I'm not sure about that, though. He can't play defense as well. Or, look at his outside shooting isn't as good. And I think that's totally fair game. Now with Caitlin Clark, she also has been anointed before she ever played in the WNBA. And now people are watching her game going, okay, greatest of all time. I don't see you playing defense the way the greatest of all time should.
Yeah, well.
Right? Like, I mean, she's a traffic cone out there.
Is.
Like,
not good.
And that's okay. Like, she's also a third-year player in the WNBA now?
Yeah.
Last year had a significant injury, kept her out for most of the year.
Yep.
But that's not unfair to point out that she has clashed with her coaches. She does get onto the referees all the time. Body language terror. All those things are real, but they're things that when they were said about LeBron James even, that's allowed. It's still allowed. It's still going on today. It's fine. But it's a common sports discussion that happens about players who especially get anointed early.
Yes.
And she is someone who I think for some people, they're just not prepared for you to have that same discussion about a Caitlin Clark as you would about other people in sports.
And I think it's so polar because there are some people who have not been willing to move off of their expectations of her and will just like, they'll lie to you about what they see on the court and just like tell you, oh, she defends well and does all these things that you just can see are not true. And then there are people who are always going to hate her, right? Like there were people that have been wanting her to fail since she got into the W. And so I think that is a part of this, is like it is one of the most polarizing sports discussions you can get into. But I also think that there are so many people who are never ready to have these discussions about a female athlete, right? And I think for a long time, people who cover sports have had trouble covering women who participate in sports. And so this is like, we did it with LeBron and nobody had kid gloves on and most people kept it in bounds. And I feel like we have this weird thing where half of the people want to keep the kid gloves on and the other half of the people just like want to tear into her in a way that other people have never done it. And that's why I think a lot of these discussions are wild, because you get some of the reactions of like, man, this is the most unfair thing I've ever seen. And then for people like me, like I've seen a lot of really unfair things, and I just think we don't know how to cover women who participate in sports.
Well, to your point, the amount of stories I've read about women in sports where some mention of their appearance, what they wear, how they, like you mentioned with Sha'Carri Richardson, like she has nails and wigs that she wears. I've never once read an article about why does Caitlin Clark only wear a ponytail?
Sure.
But, you know, like, or not that you should. Like, that's a dumb discussion to have. Like, who cares about what her hair looks like or what her nails look like? What's going on in the court with her? And I don't feel like, I mean, I don't know. I guess, you know what, on the men's side of things, like, we're seeing that with Caleb Williams a little bit. Yeah. Where Bears quarterback, where it's like, oh, he paints his nails.
But like that's a different thing. It's not like
that's different for you.
It's
He's
not
on the
masculine.
Cover. Yes.
Right? And so we don't cover things that aren't super masculine very well.
Yeah. But now he's on the cover of, you know, Madden.
Yeah. Well, did you see the edits they were doing on that too?
Where they've got what, Hammond, Indiana as the backdrop instead of Chicago?
They had Caleb on there shaking ass.
Oh,
because that's exactly where they went.
Right.
Because they don't know how to handle that.
Because it's something that we're apparently not able to process as a society unless we have very conforming boxes that everybody fits into.
It's a wild thing.
It is.
So I'm curious to see what her season looks like as she continues and like, do the Fever actually do something? But like, how do people talk about it moving forward?
Well, like last year, I felt like we talked about this quite a bit. Now, from an Ohio State standpoint, Kelsey Mitchell was playing awesome for the Fever when Caitlin Clark was out and dragged them through the playoffs to some pretty successful wins, even when all the rest of the team was hurt. And she was hurt. I think she had to have didn't she have to go to the hospital after one of their games, Dylan? You remember that? Where like they had to wheel her out of because she had physically reached a point of exhaustion where they're like, you just can't stand up physically after what she did. She was so exhausted. And we were talking about Kelsey Mitchell was kind of getting this team further along than Caitlin Clark had. And people said, that's unfair. It's like, well, you watch for that discussion start happening again. If Caitlin Clark isn't the best player on the team, if Kelsey Mitchell or someone else takes over, we're going to get to that discussion again. But we were there last year on it. So, just letting you know. We saw it a little bit earlier. Tyvis is on that, too. Early and often on that one. All right, we'll hit the buzzer next. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan Traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning and welcome to your Monday. If you live over in Marysville, we're talking way in our northwest corner of Columbus. That's looking great. 33 eastbound and 33 westbound, giving you no issues this morning. And if you're taking 315 right now, especially that southbound direction by Henderson Road, looking pretty clear on our traffic cam this morning. Same situation for our friends in Groveport. It's just in our southeast corner of the city. 270 westbound and 270 northbound. You are flying on this Monday. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your fan traffic.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. Tired of snoring? Sleep Better Columbus can help with a custom mouthpiece that opens your airway and stops the snoring. No mask, no noise. Call 1-800-MORE-SLEEP or visit sleepbettercolumbus.com today. Stop snoring, sleep better, live better.
All the folks at Buckeye, night or day.
The AC stopped cooling. I'm melting in here. I need someone to come and make this hot air disappear.
In a flash, I'll be there to tame the desert air. I won't leave till you're nice and cool. You'll love how much we can.
$100 off your cooling repair.
Call 614-683-9911. Call the folks at Buckeye, night or day.
With Bet365 early payout, you win even if they lose. Get paid out instantly when your team goes up big, even if they blow the lead later. Bet365. Winning is everything. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-MY-RESET. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Ohio.
From the FIFA World Cup to competitive business environments, grand ambitions lead to game-changing achievements. At Bank of America, we're there to support businesses at every step, providing insights and expertise to help you gain an edge.
He shoots, he scores.
What would you like the power to do? Explore winning business solutions at BofA.com/gamechangers. Bank of America, official bank of the FIFA World Cup 2026.
Spring cleaning is when homes get a new twinkle in their eye,
a new spring in their step,
a new color in their cheeks.
Call 1-800-GOT-JUNK. We'll be there before you hang up the phone.
When that shiny truck from 1-800-GOT-JUNK arrives at your house,
it's a sign of a new beginning,
a clean start,
a breath of fresh air.
When your home feels clean and happy,
the people inside feel clean and happy too.
We make junk disappear.
All you have to do is point.
Call 1-800-GOT-JUNK
or visit us at 1-800-GOTJUNK.com.
For over 78 years, our family's been part of your love stories. At Diamond Seller, we offer bigger diamonds, better prices, and timeless designs for every chapter of your life. From your first yes to your forever I do, trust the jeweler who knows diamonds best. Visit Diamond Seller today.
I'm Leslie from Pella Columbus.
And I'm Wilson from that other window place.
Wilson, what are we wearing?
Lie detectors. Anytime a lie is detected, we get a little shock.
All right, let's try them. So, Pella was rated by homeowners as the leading window brand here in Columbus.
Nothing? Okay. Well, our windows can change the look of your home. Ow. This thing sometimes shocks you when you tell the truth. Ouch. It's okay. I'm having fun.
Get the windows that can change the look and feel of your home at PellaColumbus.com.
Hey, it's T-Bone again. Sleep apnea doesn't have to rule your nights. Sleep Better Columbus has been treating snoring and sleep apnea for over 15 years with proven results and now has an office open in Marysville. Call 1-800-MORE-SLEEP or go to sleepbettercolumbus.com. Stop snoring, sleep better, live better.
Today, we're talking about how you don't have to earn more when you can save more. Okay, so you brought me this stat. T-Mobile customers had the lowest wireless bills versus Verizon and AT&T over the past 5 years. That seems surprising.
Yeah, when I first heard it, I thought, okay. But when the experts at HarrisX broke it down, it was true for millions of families.
They have a 5-year price guarantee on experience plans and America's Best Network, plus lower bills. I'm not hearing any sacrifice here.
Which is what people need right now. Reliability, predictability. Affordable wireless service isn't a perk. It's a difference. And listeners, if you don't believe me, you can check it out at tmobile.com/switch.
Best mobile network based on analysis by Ookla Speed Test Intelligence data 2H 2025. Price guarantee on talk, text, and data. Exclusions like taxes and fees apply. Based on HarrisX billing snapshots from Q3 21 to Q4 25 compared to average AT&T and Verizon bills. Comparison excludes discounts, credits, and optional charges. For more details, see harrisx.com/T-Mobile-bills.
Morning Juice is now on YouTube weekday mornings starting at 6. If you're a fan of Bobby Carpenter, he's ready to attack and dominate. If you're a fan of Jeff Gutoff, drive directly to a hospital. Seriously, The Fan. The Fan Guest Hotline is sponsored by KDHVAC, doing whatever it takes to keep your home comfortable. The Fan. Both of these men played sports in high school. Only one of them was good at it. You're listening to T-Bone and Tyvis.
Joshua Perry in for Tyvis this week. Tyvis was on Morning Juice this morning. Ryan Baker joining us now. He was on to promote the Fan 5K, Bake, and we said, oh, that's good. What's next? Going on Dave and Jimmy tomorrow to promote the Fan 5K? Apparently tomorrow, 7:30, we're going to have him call into our show, the show that has his name on it that he's a part of. We're going to see if he's going to join us tomorrow on the phone, hopefully. But we'll talk to Tyvis tomorrow at 7:30.
Now, see, I think you guys, while Tyvis was on maternity leave, should have had him be JP and call in every Monday at 8:30. I think that's what you guys should have done.
That's a good call. Now, I've tried to stress to Tyvis that it is important when you take leave to leave. To do the thing that you're there to do. That's why you took it, was to be there with the family and all that stuff. Got to keep everybody happy. And then he has said, but I want to come on the air. And I'm like, I'm not going to stop you from doing that. But I don't want to be the one over here, like, putting you on the schedule of, like, let's do this at 8:30. Because then what if, Baby Tsunami throws up all over the place, and now you got to clean up, and then you can't do the 8:30 hit on Monday. That's okay. Like, I don't want him to have to do that.
I tried to stress to Tyvis, take the full 6 weeks. That's what I tried to, like anybody else in the world.
He was never doing that.
But why? Because we miss him being here. We want him to be here. But also at the same point, they offer it to you. They offer as much time as you can.
I also want him to enjoy all of the perks of this job, and the perks of this job say he can have 6 weeks now.
Yeah, obviously Joshua's here as well. So we've got capable fill-ins for him to do what he needs to do. But
you know what my favorite thing about this past week was? And I was in Akron. I went up there Tuesday night. I was there for the state softball tournament. Do you know what my favorite thing about this weekend was?
What was that?
Knowing that I was getting paid from both places. That was my favorite part about the week.
Yeah, man, that's what, leave or and like for the rest of us who aren't having babies, like when you take PTO, you still get paid. It's called paid time off. Yeah. That's the whole thing. So even though he is Mr. PTO, he doesn't like to admit it, but he is. Like, that's his thing.
He's Mr. PTO.
I'm just saying. Like,
wow.
Oh, yeah. We got songs for everything, JP. But yeah, how was the baseball or the softball tournament up there?
It was a good time, and it always is. I've known that. I've been working the state softball tournament every year, minus I believe the 2 COVID years since 2014. And this is no joke. Of all of the state tournaments that I participate in, and I participate in football and baseball this coming week, girls and boys basketball, the state softball tournament is my favorite, and it's my most fun. And we just had 21 games in 5 days up there. Like I said, I left my house Tuesday night at 6. I didn't get back till last night after 10 o'clock, but It was a blast. It was fun. And seeing those girls that win, it's very, very cool to see the elation of that. And even the ones that lose, they still accomplish something that most people don't ever get to do, and it's a pretty cool thing to see.
Weren't one of the Westerville schools?
Westerville Central.
Pretty deep.
They were the last game last night. They lost in the state championship game.
That's too bad. But still, like a good weekend for softball up there.
Well, and I feel like the Ohio High School Athletic Association is a little bit like the NCAA, where people have their issues.
A lot of slings and arrows.
But one thing they have done extremely well, and they had the state track and field championships this week as well. The championships are always phenomenal. Great experience. They do a great job. Like I've participated as an athlete. I've watched as a spectator. Absolutely love what they do with that.
And I think one of the things with that is the venues that they try to choose for those things are pretty cool for the athletes. You mentioned the track competition. It's at Jesse Owens at Ohio State, which is awesome. Lacrosse this weekend was at a historic Crew Stadium. And Firestone Stadium and up in Akron for the state softball tournament, it's 101 years old.
Oh, my God.
And they've totally redone it. They have all turf fields, an auxiliary field that's all turf. Babe Ruth played baseball at this stadium back in the day.
Wow.
So it's pretty awesome. A lot of cool history.
That is incredible. I didn't realize that the stadium has been around that long for Babe Ruth in Akron, of all places.
That's all places.
Pretty crazy stuff.
Who
now,
knew?
I know we gotta hit the buzzer in a second, but I have to ask you, Dylan Larkin's speculation. Should Jackets fans get their hopes up for a potential reunion of the college roommates, Zach Werenski and Dylan Larkin?
I don't believe so. Okay. I don't think that's going to happen. He has a 10-team no trade, and
he has a no movement. Yeah,
I don't know if the Blue Jackets are on there or not, but he is a guy that wants out of Detroit because he's tired of we're on the right trajectory. And as much as I believe the Blue Jackets right now are on the right trajectory, why would you go from one of those to another? And I know his best friend's here in Zach Werenski. I will also say this, and Dylan Larkin's a great player. I don't know if Dylan Larkin's the piece that gets you over the hump.
It's interesting. No, I know. He's like a 30 goals a game or a season guy.
He's a great player. Don't get me wrong. And I'd love to have him. I just don't know if he's that guy that gets you there.
Yeah. If they said if he said, I want to come to Columbus, make an offer with the Red Wings.
I'm guessing it starts with Kent Johnson in the 14th overall pick, and I don't know what other pieces you would need. I know you said Dmitry Voronkov in there.
I mean, I don't know if that would get the job done.
I'm still pretty bullish on Dmitry Voronkov. I don't know what happened with him and Rick Bowness at the end of last year and why he wasn't in games. But he missed a lot of games and was still fifth on your team in goals. He scored 20 goals the year before that. I'm still bullish on what Dmitry Voronkov is, more so than what Kent Johnson is. So I might be a little reluctant for that.
Okay. All right. Well, it's just something to keep an eye on. Obviously, Jackets got hopefully some decisions to make, some moves to make as we get into this offseason draft coming up soon. So we'll keep an eye on all that as well. What do you guys have coming up on Bishop and Friends?
We'll talk, obviously, some Memorial and JT Poston. How about that? He doesn't have to play the Lakes today like he was scheduled to. The NBA Finals. I don't think a lot of people predicted the Knicks in this thing. I may have been one of them, though.
Oh, look at
so
that.
we'll talk some NBA Finals, some Stanley Cup as well. And Denzel Ward wants to be a Brown, daggone it.
Yeah, like that. It's all coming up. Bishop and Friends, 9 to noon, right here on The Fan.
Shove it down your throat.
It's time for the buzzer.
Sponsored by Logan AC and Heat Services. Don't go through another air conditioner breakdown. For fast, friendly service, call the experts at Logan Services now for a free estimate and next day air installation.
This is a little bit interesting. The NFL pretty much prints money wherever they do anything. They put something up for sale, it instantly sells out, or people are involved, they want it. However, tickets to the October 18th Texans-Jags game at London's Wembley Stadium not selling well, according to multiple sources out there. General tickets have been on sale since May 29th. It remains easy to find on ticket sites. Large blocks of tickets available. You can easily find 12 or more seats together in sections of the stadium. But there's a Twitter account called NFL UK Tickets. They posted about this over the weekend and said, can't actually believe how badly the Texans-Jags game has sold over a week of general sale. And this is a snapshot of what the stadium looks like with lots of empty seats. Gone are the days of selling out the first day, people voting with their feet and staying away due to price. So it's like even the UK, they are not immune from price hikes and people voting with their wallets a little bit on that.
Just like fans in Jacksonville, fans in England, tired of watching the Jaguars.
Yeah, maybe the problem isn't where the games are played, it's who's in them. Maybe the Jags are the problem.
We're sick of this team.
That could be it. Yeah. All right, that's it for us. Bishop and Friends coming up next. Have a great rest of your Monday. It's T-Bone and Tyvis on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
We'll get this. Haven't had a single crash happen throughout the metro this entire Monday morning. I love to hear that great news. The only thing we're watching are just some slight slowdowns. 2 spots we're noticing them too. Still 71 northbound over heading towards Greenlawn Avenue, and especially that really busy 315 and 70 split heading downtown. Be mindful there. Also want to make sure to take it nice and easy for our friends in Dublin, especially if you're taking 33 in that eastbound direction towards 270 and 161. That split out there. I'm 10 TV's Brianna